whatever it is, and relax your mind and do it. Do it. Do it. Do it till you're satisfied, whatever it is. Come on and do it, yeah. Do it till you're satisfied, whatever it is. Everybody knows what they like to do, whatever it is. Do it as long as it pleases you. Just take some time and relax your mind and do it. Do it. Do it till you're satisfied. Whatever it is. Come on and do it, yeah. Do it till you're satisfied. Whatever it is. Oh, oh, I'm satisfied. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thank you for calling Call-In Studios hosted call screener line. Please enter your show number and press pound. Enter your 6-digit PIN number. Welcome, host. You have not started a show session in Call-In Studio and cannot yet receive calls on the Maze Jackson Show. Please visit the Call-In Studio website and begin your session. Music will play until your session begins, or you may call back when you are ready. Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the Call-In Studio web interface.
Sonia, we're in. So if you want to log in as the screener, if you want to, you can. But I'm in. If you want me to screen, I can. And the phone is connected, so I'm turning it to you. What time we got? To me. Some light.
right. Kick a booty. Well, all right. Bum, 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 bum. All right.
Looking at this generation, feeling hopeless. Eyes open, ain't no hocus pocus. They will all know us. So it always. Don't let no one put you down. Let me see you smile. It's so straight to be back. Shine, shine, you're beautiful inside. Hey, rise up, rise up. Don't you know you can wake up? Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd, how you feeling this morning?
Oh, I'm feeling good. Maze was a little cloudy out. Kind of threw me off. I got used to that sunshine thing.
Sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. You know I can't go a day without my sunshine. That's one of my favorite Jigga Man songs. You know.
Yeah, I know.
You know who Jigga Man is, right?
I was just gonna.
Oh, you just gonna play along? You know that's how I do people when I don't remember their name. I'll be like, yeah, huh? Yeah. It's Jay-Z, man. He got a song called Sunshine. He did it with Jay-Z and with Babyface and Foxy Brown. You know, just a little bit of Jay-Z trivia there. Hey, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger, and it is a Friday morning. Todd, you was funking it up this morning. You was getting your funk on.
I was just following Sonia's lead.
Hey man, between you
Whatever
and Sonia, I'm telling you, between you and Sonia, y'all was doing it, do it till you're satisfied. And Todd, I was like
Express, if I remember correctly.
Huh? Who was it?
BT Express.
Okay, it was the BT Express. I don't know who it was. All I know is this.
Express.
Y'all was doing it, and I was like, I don't know what I said. What? No, I used to say, warm and ready. What is it?
Warm and ready.
See?
What part
You know how
of
you
that song is
do
that?
it. Do it. Do it till you're satisfied, warm and ready.
Whatever it is.
Okay, so I was like,
kind of makes sense.
I was like, well, shoot, do it till you're satisfied. Warm and ready makes sense too if you think about it. Actually, hey y'all, this is do it till you're satisfied, warm and ready.
I got you.
You got it? Okay. See, this is grown folks' business in the morning. Hey y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host Todd, Stroger, plus Miss Sonia Escobar. Sonia, how you feeling this morning? I could. You
already?
was jamming.
Like, where are you?
Escobar was jamming it up, y'all. I'm telling you, she was going in. She was breaking it down. I was like, you keep disappearing off the camera. It's like you go up, down, all around. Look, y'all, well, it seems like we got everybody. We are locked and loaded. It is a Friday. So let's do this. Let's get this thing up, up, and away. Let's get it to 60,000 feet pretty quick, fast, and in a hurry. And then I want to talk about, Todd, did you see Loyola closed for the first semester?
Like every school probably should. To be honest with you.
Except U of I, who will be doing dual testing every single day, and they will be putting you in a quarantine. You know, U of I figured out if they was going to do it, we're going to do it right. You know what? That's right, because I told you about that time Vince came to U of I, right? We hit the campus, and he was like, wait, this is the school?
Where did Vince go?
He went to Howard, at HBCU.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to HBCUs though. You know, people think I don't like HBCUs. I have much respect for.
You're a hater.
No, I'm not. HBCU gave me my wife. So I'm not tripping, bro. I did well. I mean, I actually, as much smack as I talk about Xavier, I mean, I'm grateful for Xavier, actually. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping.
I know.
But it's okay. It's okay.
I feel the same way, actually.
Speaking of HBCUs, the Chicago Football Classic will not occur this year. But they are not shirking on their responsibility to the people. They are still giving away the $5,000 scholarships plus laptops to the young people. So they gave away they did a big press conference yesterday over at DuSable Museum. Unfortunately, I had to read about it in the paper. It's okay though. It's all good. You know how those things go. Man, y'all, you know I gotta tell y'all though. Okay, so here's the thing. I was checking out my man. Shout out to Everett Rand. You know, Everett Rand is one of the black originals, right? He's like the long money, old school black guy. Yeah. I was like, Everett, man, you cannot let them get you in the paper with the mask underneath your nose. I was like, man, they gonna get you, right? You know how I feel like it's like if you're gonna put the mask on, you gotta put it on. But I know my man Vince Bass gonna make sure he's straight. I was just upset that they put that picture in the paper. Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying? Especially because with all the good that they are doing and they continue to do. Shout out to everybody at the Chicago Football Classic. I want to shout out to Everett Rand one more time for he finally put the right man on the spot, on the scene. You know what I'm saying? BB had him going. Now Chicago Football Classic, I'm telling you, it was juking last year. Biggest attendance ever. I can't wait for 2021. 2021, boy. Hey, I expect to be hosting the Chicago Football Classic in 2021. Because in 2021, I will officially own Chicago. We will own Chicago. We're going to land the Soul plane at Soldier Field. We're going to take, let's get we're going to get the Soul chopper. And look, this is how we gonna enter, y'all.
I told you I get sick in helicopter.
That's all right. We just gonna go up and down. Just like we gonna get it outside the thing. You know, we gonna stand right there by the lake. Now, you just gotta do it for the entrance, man. I'll let you run out the side, and then we gonna exit.
Sorry, at this point in my life, as soon as we go up, I start sweating until we land.
Oh my goodness!
It's
all right,
y'all. Being old.
You know what? I'm telling you, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all though, we gonna make an arrival. Like I got this funny feeling. Like I had a dream. I have a vision. I have a vision that the Maze Jackson morning show is going to be worldwide, international. I have a feeling we're gonna be pulling up to Gary. I'm gonna be like, Todd, meet us at the station. Actually, you ain't gonna have to meet us at the station. You're going to have to meet us at your crib. You're going to come outside. The black truck going to be waiting. We're going to hop in. We're going to take it out to Gary. Man, we're going to pull up to the gate. And instead of having to go through security, we're going to they're going to open the gate. Then we're going to walk up. They're going to have the red carpet out there. They're going to have the stanchions. The captain going to be standing there. And we're going to get out. We're going to get it. Let me tell you. Then we're going to get out. We're going to step on and the carpet going to say the Soul Plane. Then we're going to walk up. We're going to have Soul Plane on the side. We're going to take off and we're going to be going to do our shows everywhere. Yay. I'm here to tell you, man. It's going to be huge, man.
I know there was a guy who said that he and his friends, they knew things were going well when they would get on a plane and go somewhere and, play golf or whatever they wanted. But he said, we made it really when we got on our own plane.
Man, I'm going to tell you what. There is nothing like flying on a private jet. And I'm just going to tell you, that's visions. Did you see I was reading a story in the paper? They said private jet travel is off the chain right now. That people who fly first class, if I was thinking if you fly first class, if you buy 4 first class tickets, it's like what? Depending on the size of the jet, $3,500 to $12,000 to $9,000 an hour.
I don't know. The only time I got into first class is when I was a standby.
I'm mad at you.
I didn't know how to act. I don't want no warm nuts.
I always like my nuts warm. That's okay. Let me stop. Let me tell you, so the best is to fly first class international. Right?
Oh, I've done that. Oh man, that's like shoot. I like.
They gave me a robe. They gave me slippers. Yeah. They gave me a pod. Look, man. They gave me I feel like they might have gave me a robe. You get to close your door on the private, it's like I closed the door, didn't want nobody talking to me.
I think I was in business class because we didn't have a door.
I had a door. They'd be like, I'd be like, you can see over the top though. So I don't know why. Hey y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. Soul Plane is up 60,000 feet. Look, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back from that quick break, we're gonna finish up some of these headlines, get into the social media question of the day. Don't forget, it is Tell Me Something Good Friday and Chicago Gone Wild. We'll be back. Okay, what am I doing? This is Frozen. Don't cry, baby. It's okay to be black. Shine, shine. You're beautiful inside. Hey. Rise up, rise up. Don't you know you can shine? That song is so inspirational. It don't stop. It won't stop. Secret rendezvous. To the night and praise the Lord. The things that we want seemed of no. Tony, I see you, man. I'm looking for a whole bunch of content, people. So I'm gonna reach out. We trying to fill out the lineup. Looking out for podcasts. We looking for it all. It won't. What's in it for the Black People Radio, y'all? It won't stop. Secret rendezvous. Man, Karen White was the bomb. Hey! Oh! Dreams, dream, delight. Stop it if we wanted to. It don't stop. I won't stop. Secret rendezvous. I won't stop. You are listening to What's in It for the Black People Radio live on WBGX 1570 AM. Hey, y'all, the phone lines are rocking and working, so I'm expecting to hear from y'all today. 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. Give us a call. Let me ask y'all, Todd, let me run through some of more of these headlines. Jail to prison pipeline reopens. Did you see Tom Dart said that he wanted to let me back up. Tom Dart says that they are starting to send people, all the sheriffs are trying to empty out their jails now and send everybody who's supposed to go to prison. Remember they had
well, hey, that's where they're supposed to go.
Like, hey man, like, that's that.
That's a real history with like the county jail, our county at least. I don't know about the rest of them. And that's that there were so many prisoners at one time that people were sleeping on mattresses on the floor.
I remember the biggest fear I used to have, not that I was ever planning on going to the county, but was to get lost in the county. Right? No. I know a lot of brothers who went to the county back in the day.
You mean they got lost in the system?
Got lost, like their paperwork, and they were in the county for a long time and nobody even knew how to get them out. Like, they didn't even know where their paperwork, they wasn't going to, and it's like, that used to be a common story on the west side of Chicago. Like, don't get lost in the county, because you could get in the county and then just disappear and be gone for like 2 years for a 1 week case.
Oh, that's awful.
It's not really funny, because especially if you was the guy who was lost in the county.
Yeah, you're not laughing, but I'm laughing.
Right, somebody can walk up to Todd one day like, you thought that was funny? Right.
That's why I go home. I look out my window.
Okay, I'm gonna save one of these for the last because I gotta come. It's just too incredible. How about the Okay, we're gonna talk about this a little bit later. But the executive director of the teacher retirement system was forced out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think that we're gonna take a deeper dive into that. Because the teacher retirement system is the biggest retirement fund in the state, right?
Yes, it's huge.
It represents almost 400,000 teachers. It's 300 or 400,000 teachers, and they have a lot of money. My guess is, Todd, that there's going to need to be an Illinois purge as this Madigan thing goes down. You know how I told you it's kind of woven into. My guess is that everybody who's done very, very, very well over these last few years got that call.
I wouldn't say everybody, but
almost everybody.
I mean, there will be a lot of people, because what I've learned through life and watching how mayors change is that some people are like cats and they land right on their feet.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen. What I think is going to happen is, remember how I told you that the politicians have to go up the back steps? The business people and the big people who are going to rely on anything for the state or whatever, they have to make their journey to Springfield to kiss the ring as well. I'm going to bet, I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but I just think we need to keep an eye on that. And I bet you we're going to see a lot of high-profile resignations and companies doing investigations on their companies to find out who was the who. Pandemic puts divorce lawyers to work. I don't know if y'all know our girl, Massa Sanforay. She's the black family law attorney. She used to come on with us regularly, and then somebody stole her. But she was in Cranes, and they were talking about the divorce business is off the chain right now because of the COVID. I'm going to tell you what's happening, right? It's like a lot of people stuck at home, and them phones is ringing at the wrong times, and people is I'm telling you, what is who?
That's funny. I was just thinking that they're stuck at home, and this is the first time they've really actually been together. They realized that, hey, I don't like you.
That too. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you.
I don't know if everybody who gets married is in love.
They're in duress. Oh my goodness. Let's go to did you see gig workers? If you like, this is what I want everybody to pay attention to. Everybody who is running around collecting all the money from the CARES Act, whether it's getting extra money, like, you like, ooh, I hear a lot of people talking about they got like extra money here or their benefits increased, etc. Gig workers are having to pay money back, and the state is taking it straight out your check.
Really?
Yep, they like, we gave you too much.
Oh, I hate when that kind of
Can I
stuff
just
happens.
tell you something though? The story that they used in the paper was a white DJ from Orland Park who got reimbursed $4,000 a month. Now I was just gonna say, what white DJ is making $4,000 a month in Orland Park? Well, probably a lot, because they probably, they don't let us DJ at the white clubs downtown. So I was just
Weddings,
thinking,
birthday parties?
but he got unemployment for $4,000 a month.
Ooh.
Hey man, I know people who don't make $4,000 a month. It's okay, it's alright though. But they gonna catch up. It's like, what I love though is that the white folks getting caught too. Like, that's what the best part is. The white people come like, what? I did in. I love that.
But I said they had 120,000 people.
Yeah.
Was it people? Yeah, that's a lot of people.
And then I also think there's 120,000 from. And again,
That's
y'all
bigger
telling
than
me,
Springfield.
y'all telling me y'all want me to trust these same people with my vote for mail ballot? Yeah, no. Okay. I'm going to go on a little tirade very quickly. First of all, I'm gonna connect all these things. First of all, did y'all see the story about the mayor buying that mansion in Saguenash?
No.
Okay, the
She's
mayor
moving?
No, she's not now, because she put an offer in, and you know how people get excited when they get the offer, and it's like, wait a minute, the mayor? And so the mayor was gonna buy a house in Saguenash. People started, she done made them cops mad, so they got a copy of it, and they started circulating the pictures, and it's like this, Saguenash mini mansion. It's like a McMansion, you could, and start circulating all over the internet. And then one day at a news conference, they like, did you buy a new house? And she was like, no. Why ever would I move from the neighborhood that I live in? Because there's 3,000 people out in front of your house every day. But I'm also telling you,
to get out.
But I'm gonna tell you what. Also, Saguenash, them white folks is gonna be like, we don't want that mess over here. It's like, you could be the mayor all day you want to. We moved over here to stay away from you niggers, and now you trying to bring that racket over here? No, thank you. So they put out there, so she got that. All right. Then
She got enough money. She'll find something.
I'm sure she'll find something, but she was trying to get away from you niggers too. And it didn't happen. Then, so she scrapped the house plans. Then did you see the story about, shout out to Michael Scott. So Alderman Michael Scott, I like Mike, right?
Mm-hmm.
He tried to tell me he was some all-state football something. I'm like, you ain't no all-state football. He's like, check the records. I'm like, you ain't play no football. I was like, I didn't even know they let light-skinned guys like that be running. I thought he was a wide receiver or something, right? Pretty boy. Pretty boy, like some Rod Woodson action. Like some.
Man, Rod Woodson was the real deal.
Woo, Rod Woodson. Yeah, and he from the crib too. Okay, but anyway, let me stop with Mike. So anyway, Mike reported that he has COVID-19. Says he has no symptoms, but he took a test at the Bike the 24th Ward event, which was a rousing success. I saw so many people doing it. And he got COVID-19. So he self-quarantines, and then they show a picture of the mayor. And did I get this picture? I think I got this picture somewhere. But they take a picture of the mayor standing next to him within the 2-week window. Now, if you know that you've come into contact with someone who has COVID-19, what are you supposed to do? Self-quarantine for 14 days.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that what they've been telling us for all the time?
Well, she probably gets checked every day.
Okay. So it takes 14 days incubation. So
Now, she probably doesn't get checked every day.
Okay. She probably get checked just like Joe Biden did. Not. Anyway, because I'm gonna tell you, if I was the mayor, you would have seen me on a press conference taking a picture, getting a test, right? Like that would have been I would have had that test everywhere. I'd have had that all over the place. Even the mayor gets tested, right?
Right.
Don't nobody want that thing stuck up their nose the hard way. Anyway, the mayor, the press asked her, is she gonna self-quarantine? And she says no. Now, they got a picture of, she was like, because I haven't been in that close of a proximity to him in that amount of time. And in the story is the picture of the mayor and Mike at a press conference. And there, she's like, like Todd. Now, we all know, you seen them press conferences, right? They really ain't 6 feet because the camera shot ain't 6 feet wide.
Well, usually at the press conference, everybody's jockeying to get as close as they can to the mayor because they know that's how they get the shot.
Let me tell you, the picture in the paper, they right next to each other. They ain't no 6 feet.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, Madam Mayor, do you realize how hypocritical you look and sound? And it's like they published the picture just so you could be like, so I wasn't close to them. Ma'am, there's a picture. There's a picture. Now, let me tell you also, wow. And here's the worst kept secret in Chicago right now, or excuse me, in Wisconsin and Michigan, that both JB and the mayor, right, both JB and the mayor are frolicking about, and they're not social distancing in Wisconsin and in Michigan.
Oh, you mean they take time off?
They go up to Wisconsin and Michigan and go not social distance, no mask, and go free while they are. Now I wonder, is the mayor ban the governor from coming back to Chicago? And look, man, I just want y'all to understand. And Sonia, I think you got the right point. The mayor and Mike were on the same podium, on camera.
Uh-huh.
They don't wear a mask at the podium.
They don't?
No.
No.
I think that same Mike. Is there any hypocrisy in this? Am I crazy? Like, I'm like, ma'am, you're on TV. There's video. Like, ma'am.
Maze, are you going to believe me or your lying eyes?
Now I'm gonna believe the tape. I mean, I don't know how much further. How long does this get to go on? Like, how long do we get to keep doing this?
I think there's usually a 2-year window, and after 2 years, people are like, "Hey, wait a minute." Or not people. The press starts to call you on it.
I think the press is like, look, let's just publish the picture. Hey, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. When we come back, we are going to go to the social media question of the day. I think I'm going to need you all to call me because Todd's going to get quiet on me again. Because the question is, because I'm noticing that they're taking a new angle with this Mike Madigan thing. And I want to know, does Mike Madigan represent the values of the Democratic Party? I mean, he is their leader, right? Does he represent the values of the Democratic Party? Apparently, some state central committee people feel like he does not. How long? We'll be back. Traffic? Maybe not. But we will find out about the weather, and we'll take a mix from Sonia, plus this message from Willie Wilson. All right, y'all, take a moment. Share the broadcast. Give us a what's my blind spot, Tamiko? Ooh.
Wow.
To live and learn. You got to live and learn. All right, y'all, take a moment.
But got to live and learn. to live and learn.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Stroger. Hey, y'all. Check us out on WBGX 1570 AM. You can get us on the TuneIn app. That's right. Download it from the Google Play Store or at the App Store. Plus, you can also watch us on Facebook Live and YouTube Live if you want to see Sonia getting down, taking us back to the 90s. You know what? Who did Live and Learn? Who was that? Because I don't remember. I remember the song. I don't remember who actually sang it. Was it on the soundtrack?
I don't remember who sang it either.
You got it? You know? No, you don't? Okay. Well, I'm going to keep on rocking. Yeah, somebody from... You know what? Let's let one of our social media audience find it. Because, you know, they had that. Let's see who gets the answer for us. Hey, y'all, look, check this out. We are also... I know you all may not understand what's going on. People are asking us. I want to thank everybody who is sending out the stars. Stars are a unique way by Facebook to support the Maze Jackson Show. We are looking to build a digital video wall here. So we're looking to raise the money because we got new shows starting. And so we got all these new shows starting. So instead of trying to change the banner all the time, what we want to do is... Oh, you didn't hear me? Oh, okay. Okay, Joe Public. Oh, I remember Joe Public. That was one song that he had. Look at that. Devin got it first. Devin beat you to it, Sonia. He was already up there. But anyway... Check it out, y'all. So, look, we want to get you all to continue to support us. Hit those Facebook stars. It's a penny donation. Each star is a penny, but every penny adds up. I want to make sure I let you all know starting next week, we will be bringing in 2 new shows to What's in It for the Black People Radio. It will be I Said What I Said with Toussaint Werner and Herb Howard. They will be on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 1 to 3. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we will have a sports show from 1 to 3. And that will be a sports blog with the bigs. Not sports blog, but a talk show with the bigs. I think there's a space for... we are looking to fill in our programming. I'm still working on my... afternoon show, and I'm also looking for a millennial group to take us from 6 to 9 because I think we can do some damage in that time too. So look, y'all, if y'all got content ideas, if you got show ideas, if you are you looking for an outlet, What's in It for the Black People Radio is a place. I'm telling you, we getting fresh. Also, hit us with those stars because we are looking to put in a video wall. And also, if you're not wanting to do a show, like you don't think you're ready to do a show, you want to do a podcast, holla at us, right? Madam Sonia Escobar, after we continue these negotiations, I'll probably be taking your emails and taking your recommendations, and we'll start getting that stuff going. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Here's what I want to do. I want to encourage you all. The phone lines are open. Look, they are working. It's working. It's working. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. All right, man. One of my friends called me yesterday and told me that I was too personal about the Madigan stuff, right? Like, you take it too personal. And I'm going to be honest. I do take it personal. I do. I think I've been personally offended. I've been personally attacked. Like most of the people that I'm reading about, I've had personal experiences with, and they haven't been pleasant. They used to be kind of when I was a subservient.
I was about to ask you, were they always bad?
No, they weren't. I think when I became self-aware and when I got out of the no. So I'm going to be honest with you and tell you that there was a time when I enjoyed having the relationships, knowing these people, and being able to be like, they know me, or I'm known in that space. So I want to be clear. Like I've worked with a lot of these people, and as you try to climb the ladder, you seek to get their acceptance or approval or something, because they can help you up ascend, right?
Or kick the ladder.
Or
right.
kick the ladder out from under you. I was a proud you heard, just like me, you, and Alderman Burnett were talking about the Young Democrats.
Right.
I was a Young Democrat. I enjoy, quite frankly, 99% of the stuff that I know, I wouldn't know that we're talking about right now if it wasn't. So I don't hate the experience. But what I do find is that as I started to get more involved, I realized that they had a place for me. Right? Like there was only you could be the best of the best, you could be as smart as you want, but you only are in the Negro box.
I get you.
Right? They like, dog, that's a smart black man. Make sure he's the top janitor we got. Right? Let him run the janitorial department. I want to do finance. No, janitor, field. Right? I was like, I want to do fundraising, field. I want to do, and I would watch kids less than me get access to billionaires, and billionaires pick up their phone call, and I'm like, he asking me what to do.
Right.
So,
that's nothing new. There was a lady, Geneva Stevens, who was a history major with me at Xavier, and she was older. She was like, 28, 29.
Ooh, Todd. Todd.
She had been in the workforce, and she was zooming through school. I think she was getting all A's, but she left because of what you're saying. They'd hire somebody. She knew the whole office in her business. They'd hire somebody. She'd teach them something, and they become her boss.
Right. And that was the story of my life. Like I'm going to meet with a guy today that was a 22-year-old kid when I first met him. Came to me. Every day we would be like, he was the assistant to the boss.
Right.
And he would be like, May's like, oh, and we talk all the time, and I would always encourage him and everything. And do you know this chump made like $300,000 in like 6 months?
That's a good take.
And like I made $40,000 annually. Bro.
He really he was on the.
And he wasn't the only one though. So let me stop I take it off.
But there is a space for everybody, and some people's spaces to help people do very well.
To help people do, but they got to come back. It's
my
like
dad wasn't a multi-millionaire, but I'm pretty sure he helped a few of them.
Right. Well, they always invite me to have a drink at their club. Anyway, I'm not tripping. So here's my thing. I don't want to be personal, so I'm gonna take this because realistically, there's no need for me to take it personally. It is, and I never forget. And I think that taking it personal, business, I want to take it personal and execute it in a business space. So I'm going to go there. Does Mike Madigan represent the values of the Democratic Party? Now I'm going to go here because I think that all of the black, and I think the politicians have found a way to weasel out of answering the question, right? The question, if you say, should Mike Madigan resign as the Speaker of the House? They're like, I don't even have a vote, right? Mm-hmm. That's his constituents. They vote for him and then the legislature, so you can back out of that. Then you say, when I ask you, well, should he be the chairman of the Democratic Party of Illinois? You say, well, it's the State Central Committee people. They vote on him. I don't have a say, right? There it is. So then I think that I think
those would be the people you would target to change it. Because they're the only ones who really could.
That or he steps down.
Right, or he steps down.
Which he's not going to step down, and we heard that logic and the rationale from Rob Blagojevich yesterday, which is don't step down because you can hold on, deliver, and then wait it out for a whole new thing. That's
right, and actually, I think a lot of people, anytime you step out, it's an admission of guilt.
Right. Well, not necessarily. It's not necessarily a mission.
Well, no, they're going to feel that way, but there's going to be a part of the public's like, see, told you.
So, here's what I say. I say that we have to put the pressure on everybody. And so I think that what you do is you ask the question very simply. Does Mike Madigan represent the values of the Democratic Party. Thus, forcing every Democrat in the party of Illinois to give us a yes or no. Now, the moment you start waffling...
No, it wouldn't be a yes or no. It would probably...
Look, here goes the strategic. Go ahead.
If they had time, it would probably be like, well, under Mike Madigan, this passed, the human rights bill, that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? They bring up things that have happened in this 40 years or 50 years, whatever's been now.
So I guess therein is the deflection, right? So let's do it like this, because your legislators already told everybody that not one black person cares about this issue. Like, they haven't heard anything, and I think we need to make a phone call campaign.
I don't know if that's true. I just heard it in the news, and what I've learned about the news is that don't make it true.
Well, I wholeheartedly agree. But they have to CYA, man. CYA. Just like nobody cares about the cannabis thing, we're all excited about the fact that KPMG is getting paid. So you heard Todd give us the political rationale, right? He just literally gave it to us. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be instantaneously. There was a deflection or a protection.
Well, that's why I'm here. So
right.
I can give a difference. That Patrick Brutus told me that. He said, "Why you always agreeing with Mays?"
Wait, now you're taking advice from Patrick Brutus? Et tu, Brute?
Et tu, Brute.
Oh, wow. So here's my point. And I really want y'all to give us a call, 872-259-7474. Does Mike Madigan represent the values of the Democratic Party? What say you, black people?
Oh, I don't think you'll ever get black people to ever say yes to that question.
Sure you will. You got 30, you got the legislators do.
Said that last year.
What with the legislators? Well, the legislators apparently feel like he does.
Well,
and
they're a different group.
So. They're the people that you elect.
But it is different to actually be in a group with somebody than to be on the outside and wondering what's happening.
All right, well then let's give us a call. 872-259-7474. Apparently, Todd thinks that Mike Madigan does represent the values of the Democratic Party.
I didn't say that.
One
thing I learned is whenever anybody asks you a question that's supposed to be yes or no, that means they're just trying to put you in a box so they can get their point across. Yeah, right.
Okay, so what point do we need to get across? Does Mike Madigan really care about black people? Does he like black people? You think Mike Madigan likes black people, Todd?
Man, there's a whole bunch of us. I
know one he does.
100% he doesn't like all of us.
Right. You're like, I know one he doesn't for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. Does Mike Madigan like black people? Shoot, do Democrats like black people in Illinois? How they prove it? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I dare you to call me and prove how the Democrats love us. All right, we'll be back. A 90s world. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show live on What's in It for the Black People Radio, WBGX 1570 AM. Hey, y'all, want to tell y'all can get us on the TuneIn app. You can watch us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live as well. Hey, it is the Maze Jackson Show. We're doing our thing. Hey, Todd. So I'm asking, does Mike Madigan represent the values of the Democratic Party? You know what we saw happen yesterday? We saw 6 progressive aldermen call for his resignation.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And then we saw Carol Ronan.
No, I missed Carol Ronan.
Carol Ronan, who is a state central committee woman, also pick up that.
We came in together.
Huh? We came in together?
Yeah.
I remember meeting Carol Ronan when I was the field director for Pat Quinn. It's like the north side is a little different.
She's a nice lady.
She is definitely a nice lady.
But she is a north sider.
And she is direct about her interests.
Yes.
Right? She ain't they don't be kind of tied. They don't really waffle. You know, they kind of direct on who they are and what they
It's about them.
Right. They we clearly want what we want and we're going to do what it takes to get it.
I went to her office and it says something like they're a political something organization. I said, what's that? She says, oh, it's the same thing as yours, but we don't like to call ourselves that.
Right. The smart, right, because they know that it's like progressives like to pretend they're not political, but they're like the most political people.
Oh,
and they do this.
They'll stab you in the kidney.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you,
or the spleen.
What I have come to recognize, and I watch it play out kind of regularly, that progressives are nice, nasty, right? So I look at progressives, and I watch them court black people, right? So that they can use those black people to try and hurt other black people, right? They kind of say, "Oh, you're good." So let me tell you how it works. Like the progressives, they go all. I bet you there's not one progressive white woman that's not for Kim Foxx, right? That gives them their black badge. And then you know what they do?
What?
They go out and they try and assassinate the character and try and undermine every other black person that they do. I'm gonna tell you, I don't like them white progressives. I don't. They nasty. And I'm gonna just tell you, I'm going to spend some time on them coming up soon because, like, I was looking at a story in the paper today, and in reading the story, it's like the white progressives push for it, and then after they push for it, then they try and turn around and stab you, right? Like it's almost like they trying to set you up. I'm gonna tell you though, I really think that. You know why? Okay, can I remember yesterday when I told you the dog? Remember that? That's kind of my example of the white progressives.
Dog.
Remember we looked at the I Will thing yesterday? Remember I was telling you about the I Will thing about the cannabis and all the white women, and it was Kim, Toy, Jahan. There was one more. Kim, Toy, John, and Juliana.
Oh, and the dog on the right.
And all these white women, and they all praising everybody, and it's like the white women are the black women are being applauded by the white women for exclusion of black people.
Right. You did a great job.
And then, don't you worry about that nasty Maze talking about nobody black got anything. We know you did a good job. He just likes to attack. Mm-hmm. Right. And then those same white women who will put up the black women to be like, we all with them. hire the agency that features a dog before a black person.
Right.
I really think that we really need to take an assessment of these white progressives. I do. But in the meantime, how did I get to white progressives? Oh, because we were talking about up north. Todd, I'm just going to tell you, I think that the white progressives have decided that they're going to go after Madigan.
I think so.
I think they have decided that there is blood in the water, and I think that they are every day steady drip finding somebody. And how about this? The only two black people who have called out, who have spoken out against the speaker, are the North Side black people.
Oh, you're right.
Right, Matt Martin and Maria Haddon.
Yes,
not that lady.
I don't know.
Maria Haddon.
She's that lady.
And Maria Maria Haddon was also the reparations person too.
See, I don't know that either.
See, because I'm telling you, when they tried to, they have been Lucretia and Lucretia Burtz and her crew have been working on reparations, and then they, the mayor had somebody else undercut him, and then they gave it to Chris Harris. Let me stop. I be telling y'all too much stuff. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Todd thinks that. Hold on. Let me go to the live line because we have a couple calls. Let's start with. Hold on. Let me go here. Who's on the live line? Caller, you're here. Hello. Ron, what's up, Ron? How you feeling, dog?
And I'm feeling good, just, doing what I do every day. Start my day with listening to you guys. But I wanted to answer your question. And you said, does Mike Madigan like black people? He likes them in the same sick way that the slave master liked black people.
Oh.
See, to serve his will and his pleasures. But it's a sick lightning. See, but that's it. But that's the type of relationship it is. That to him, black people are nothing but a slave. He's a plantation owner, and they're there to serve his interests. So that's what he likes. And yes, he does represent the party. Look at how many Democrat elected officials have gone to prison. And some that hopefully will be going soon with him and Burke. He represents a white, for the most part, up until this point, Irish criminal enterprise. And the reason you say he represents it, no one ever speaks up. You got, and particularly the black folk. That's why I say that they are the sicker one. Even right now, they should be called. But yes, he represented. They don't call it out. If he didn't represent it, they would be calling him out for his criminal activities. So those are my answer to your question. You guys have a great day and a good weekend.
Ron, we appreciate you. Look, we're going to go to, we got to take a break real quick. When we come back, we're going to continue to take your calls. Frank, I see you. I see the calls lighting up. We'll be back.
AM 1570, WBGX Harvey, Chicago. The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Shout out to everybody on YouTube who is watching us as well. Do me a favor. If you're on YouTube, I need you to like the show. Like the broadcast. I want to expand my audience in the YouTube space. But man, we got so much cracking over here. I need y'all on YouTube to do your thing. Like that, Maze Jackson. I see you callers. I'm about to take your call. This. Oh. Ain't focus, ain't no hocus pocus. They will all know us.
Haha.
Let no one put you down. You are tuned in to What's in it for the Black People Radio live on WBGX 1570 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Hey, Todd, you know I gotta say what's up to Miss Sonia Escobar at the top of the hour. Hey, y'all, and Ruthie Moore, she coming back. She still got like another week off. So I think, yeah, we ain't got rid of Ruthie. She ain't got rid of us. Shout out to cousin Juan, who is supposed to be coming in. She talking about she gotta go drink some wine or something, so she ain't doing the whole week. But it's all good. We're gonna be talking to cousin Juan next week as well. This is What's in it for the Black People Radio, doing our thing. I asked the social media question of the day, and I asked y'all to give me a call, 872-259-7474. So I'm gonna take your calls right now. I'm gonna go to the live line. Caller, you are on the Maze Jackson show. What you got for me? Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Hope! Come on.
Hope.
Break it down. Man, Hope, you know I appreciate when you call, cause Hope don't get all, you know how I get all excited. You know I be.
You know, I think the guy in Ohio, I read a little bit about him. I think he like took a bag and started passing money out.
I think Mike
like,
Madigan.
I am going straight to jail. That's what he really was saying.
Okay, I think Mike Madigan took a bag. He just didn't take it cash. He just gave it to other people to spread it out.
Well, I'm saying, you know, when you're building a case, it's a lot easier when a guy is like, I've got $100,000 in my hand right now.
All right, let me go to the next call. Let's go to Frank. Frank, you're on the Maze Jackson show. What's up, my brother?
Good morning, my brother Maze Jackson and Todd Stroger.
Good morning,
and
Frank.
I your sister Sonia. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Hey, listen, man, about this Mike Madigan thing, let me be honest. No, he does not represent the Democratic Party morals, or definitely not mine as a certain person and a sane person. That's if he's guilty, okay? But here's what I see as the bottom line, my brother. If Mike Madigan was a Republican, he had all this power. The Republicans here have all the power the way we have given to the Democrats. They wouldn't be asking they got to step down. We are so quick to do that. Look how the House Representatives convicted Donald Trump, but the Senate we refuse to remove him from office because that's their guy. If the feds got something on him, then let them take him down, or let his constituents put him out of office. As far as whether or not they like us or black people, whatever, I could care less. We hold the power over you. Here's our demand. We giving y'all all this power. If you don't do this, and this, we're gonna vote your butt out of office.
When does that work, Frank? Frank.
Huh?
And you know you my man, but when has that worked?
Because we haven't had a leader to pull us together to go do that, like Reverend Al Sharpton is doing in Washington this year. We need to, at the state capitol, say we want a guaranteed income with stipulation to stop all this violence. We want a local universal health care. We want a local free state college for all Illinoisans who are Americans too, and there's been an Illinois citizen for at least a year. These are our demands. If we don't start putting our foot down like the teachers did with Mayor Lightfoot them, because Mayor Lightfoot wouldn't lean that way. They told us, no. This is what you're going to do. We're not going to have in-class session until there's a vaccine or a cure. Or we're going to shut this thing down. You will give every CPS student a laptop in this action, and they had no choice but to say, okay, that's how you put your foot down. Stop being a dog being wagged by the tail. We got to come out of it. The only person I can see that can put us together like that is Father Franklin, or Father Franklin, whatever his name is. Other than that, we don't have that leader made that would do that. Other than use your town hall meetings, this is what we got to do. We got to come out of this dog being wagged by the tail mentality and tell them, you're going to do this, or we're going to vote your butt out of office and put someone in those seats who will do it. We got the power.
You know what, Frank? So I probably would have believed that a minute ago. Let me thank you.
I think that Madigan would have a hard time drawing a map that he could win in his district after this. I mean, he's become too
volatile. He's too
volatile and famous. Right.
Right. I think his
actually know who he is.
His anonymity. Right. Like right now, his anonymity is gone.
Yeah.
His anonymity is gone, and I think if you didn't put up a like a shield candidate, right? Like not like some crazy right wing Republican that's
no way
right, but like you put in like a young, upwardly mobile Hispanic Latino. I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves after the map anyway, right? Like
that's what I would think.
But if he leaves after the map and Joe Biden leaves. Right, because if he leave after the match, let me just tell you, this is what I'm gonna tell you. He better not leave as the speaker. He can't. He can't. Because I'm just telling you hurt too many people. And I feel like I was talking about this to some guys that I know, and they was like, "Boy, if I could punch him out." Now, I know you saying like I'm just telling you, like I know this sounds crazy, but there's a lot of people, Todd. It really is in his crew that are paper tough, right? Like they're paper tough, and they stare at you and they do little petty crap that, like, you be like, dear dude, I don't care what your title is. I don't care if you take away all the Madigan stuff and you didn't have the ability to affect people's lifestyle, you would literally get your butt kicked. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that's probably sitting around like, please, God, please, because I got a list, right? I got a list. I got a list of people because I hate that they act tough, but it's not like real tough. It's like the tough I'll get you and we'll do some dastardly stuff to hurt you and your family's livelihood. Not like I'm tough, like I'll stand on what I gotta say. Like I'm telling you, Todd. So maybe that's probably why sometimes it sounds like this person. Okay, moving on. The Great Illinois Purge. I'm going to continue this conversation, but I'm going to go into something. We saw that the executive director, Richard Ingram, of the teacher retirement system has stepped down. He retired. Actually, he was put on leave by the board, and then he summarily resigned. Now, I gotta ask Todd, help me understand what the teacher retirement system is. What does the executive director do, and why is that important to people in the state? Why is it important in the state?
The Illinois Teachers Retirement System, that's where the pension money goes, and everybody but Chicago.
Okay.
So, the executive director runs the office, which basically means that he runs the people who you talk to when it's time for you to retire. And
does he have anything to do with the investments?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I always thought there was a board that kind of decided who was going to take a part of that. But he probably had some, because, they always look for the guy as the expert, the guy who's there every day. So I'm sure he has some input.
So I always think like this.
He or she.
I always think that the executive director actually runs the joint every day. Yeah. And the board really takes the direction from the executive director, right? Like usually
they're not there all the time.
They don't, and they're not. Usually, the executive director is the person that runs, that all the staff reports to, that even the financial analysts, that everybody that's making decisions report to him every day. He then collects everything and then takes it up to the board, who then says yes.
3 sheets, right?
Right, and it's 3 million things, and they say we need you to vote yes on this, etc. And you hope that that person is giving you the correct information. So I started looking at this, and I wondered, why did this make the paper? Right? Like, why? First of all, what made them decide to have an investigation? And then why is this being reported in the paper? And then I looked at it a little further, and I saw that they decided to conduct an internal investigation, right? Which usually when someone conducts an internal investigation, it means that they've been tickled, right? Like, maybe the feds have already asked you a question or two, and you trying to get ahead of it, right? So, like, you think about ComEd, when they started getting questions, right? Or when they got the first tickle from the feds, they was like, look, let's do an investigation because we want to find out what's wrong before you find out what's wrong.
Right.
Right?
And if we do it well enough, maybe you won't go
only
that deep into our bowels.
Right. 200, you'll charge us $200 and we can, 200 million and we can walk away.
We're all happy.
Right? And everybody's happy, and we can, and a lot of times the strategy is to get in front of it by having credible sources check your company, and then those credible sources kind of give you a list of, I learned this when I was over at the Roosevelt Group, right? What they would do is when they got in trouble, or like like when Uno was getting in issues, the strategy was go find a former federal judge, have the former federal judge, can you turn my headphones back up or something? I don't know what's going on. Find a former federal judge, and with that final federal judge, have him do your investigation. Right. You report the findings from the former federal judge who's credible, who has credibility with the feds and all that good stuff. And then you say, these are the actionable steps that we're going to take to remove ourselves from this situation.
Like there was a period where everybody that was hired was a police officer of some sort.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I got to thinking about this whole Illinois retirement system thing, and I was reading the story, and I started reading deeper, and I was like, clearly, and then I saw that Zach Farden, who was the former U.S. attorney before John Lausch, was hired by the retirement system to investigate them, to go through and find out, and it wound up with the executive director leaving. Now, Todd, here's where I'm going to tell you things. This is a Maestradamus. The Maestradamus right now. Put a pin on this show. Today is Friday, August 7th at 7:15. Mark my words, somewhere in this mix, we will soon find out that the federal government asked the teachers' retirement system, they asked for information, they started making inquiries into their company. Now, why is this how does this all tie together? Because the teacher retirement system means that there's got to be bond work, right? There's probably some investment banking. There's definitely legal, right? There's definitely... So what I want you to think about is being the most powerful elected official in the state, and the teacher retirement system being another place for you to plunder, right? And so what you do is you get the executive director, and you make them come in, and you say, hey, executive director, you know, your livelihood is, you know, I got a great relationship with teachers. You remember how the speaker invites you in? Anybody who has the biggest power, who may have to come in front of him, who may need anything from him, is probably going to have the demand placed on him. I'm going to tell you who else is going to have a challenge. The Illinois trial lawyers. I'm going to go there too. Now, this is what I want to talk about, though. What I want to talk about...
Yeah, but they're a separate entity.
I got you. So is teachers retired system.
Like unions. No, it's different. Because the retirement system is literally part of the government where trial lawyers aren't. Okay, got it.
Here's what my bet would be, and I'll let the trial lawyers be because I don't have no problems. My bet is what's happening right now is the feds are now looking at every major entity in the state. right? They're looking at everywhere that bond work, that legal work, that lobbying, that millionaires could be made. And I bet you they're going to look at the appointments to the boards. And my guess is the speaker got appointments to those boards, to the TRS board, right? Because if you're deciding, if you get a vote and you decide which buildings they buy, right? If you decide, because part of what they do, remember we saw about Allison Davis and his group bought all those buildings with the teachers' money, and then they kind of fell apart, but now they're big and they blew back up. And now those investments got shelled off. So what I'm going to tell you is, remember remember I told you, they get into whatever it is.
Yeah, but those boards always have something that says, so he might have an appointment on the board. All the leaders might have an appointment. Then the governor would probably have like 2.
Okay.
And he would probably even decide who the chairman is.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say that I would love to see, again, no, but I hear you. But again, if you think about how the speaker rules the space, somebody knows that's the speaker's guy. I'm going to tell you that when the bonds get submitted or whenever the stuff gets submitted and who they're going to invest in, I'd be interested to see I'd like to see all of the investments that the teachers' retirement system made. And then what I'd like to do is cross-reference that with all of the Madagoon lobbyists, staffers, whoever that's in that mix, because those people would then be helping pick who's going to be. Remember I told you wealth is legislated? So this is what I want to talk about when we come back, because this is another one of those examples. I think that the state of Illinois, if we're going to really deal with this Mike Madigan thing, there needs to be a full-on purge, right? I think what we have to do is find the lists of every Madigan.
$50 billion.
What? They invest $50 billion, right?
A lot of money.
They invest $50 billion. Now, what you want to do is you want to cross-reference that list of who's on the board. Remember, this is how Rob Blagojevich got in trouble, right? With the board and the picking the investments and where they were going to spend their money, etc.
Oh, he got in trouble?
Yeah. That was the Stuart Levine thing.
Oh,
right. So what he was trying to do is the same thing that they've been doing for years, except for he tried to interrupt the process. So here's what you're seeing right now. And again, Maestradamus. What you're seeing right now is the feds have now pricked the teachers' retirement system and said, hey, we want to look at that. Just like they looked at the ones when it was the Davis. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, here's what you also got to guess. Now people are snitching. So when we come back, I was just thinking that probably all of the elected officials and all of the teacher boards and all the retirement systems, there probably needs to be an investigation or a purge. Because my guess is, and we're going to go through it and I'm going to tell you how the process works, is that I would bet that at every major agency in the city, county, or state, and Todd is finding out how much money they spending. That's why he keep going,
Well,
wow.
The interesting thing is they don't have like a approved brokerage firm listing. Like that would be like, all right, there's 50 firms that are on this list, and you can use them.
And they don't have.
Surely there's some kind of criteria that they have to.
So what does that mean? The executive director's in charge.
Yeah, the investment managers have sole discretion in selecting the firm.
Did you hear that? Say that one more time.
The investment managers have sole discretion in selecting brokerage firms to use.
That would then say that I could call you directly and say, you know that $50 billion you're going to invest? You're going to use Mesero. Did I say Mesero? Ooh, I'm sorry.
You did say that.
I wonder how much of that went to Mesero.
I don't know.
Because, again, that would be where Speaker Son is. But I'm going to let that be. I'm going to let that be for right now.
He had a pretty good relationship before he got there, too.
And that's probably why he got there, right? So let me just tell you. So, I tell y'all too much, and y'all not ready for what I'm giving you. So when we come back, I'm going to break this thing down, and I'm going to say if we going to get it right, then we need to get it all the way right. Because, again, you can cut the head off, but if all these people, we need to go get all the snakes. But just think about this. Todd, how much money, say it one more time for me. How much money does the teachers' retirement system invest?
$50 billion.
Who has discretion? Who do they report to? Who has oversight?
The investment manager.
Who's the investment manager report to?
Well,
The executive director. And the executive director, see how that just went? See how I just did that for y'all? And y'all ain't even that's why you probably gonna need to get the subscription. Alright.
Ooh, they got 2 openings on the board.
I bet you
I have a dog.
Where's my resume?
I have a dog, guys.
I bet you I bet you, can I tell you something? Do you know who the first person they went to ask for those openings? And we need to see when they resign. Right? And then we also need to we need to take the list of all the board members, and then I want to go through their history. We want to see how many of them worked for the speaker, how many were staff, how many have fit kids, family, children, etc. Because I'm going to tell you, if y'all think that they let $50 billion investment fund go, y'all crazy in the mud. We'll talk about it when we come back. This is the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Smartest man I know. The smartest man I know.
But ask him what black firms he put on there. She likes me. She likes me. She's playing hard to get.
Yeah, the president's appointed by the government. That doesn't surprise me.
I can tell by the look in her eyes. Shines for me. So I can think that, but I can feel a crush on me. She's playing hard to get. She won't admit that she likes me. Feel a vibe with me. Me and mine. She wants to say, oh, she don't say. That she likes me. You are listening to What's in It for the Black People Radio live on WBGX 1570 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I don't think people recognize I am the Maze Stradamus. And this teacher retirement system, Todd, I'm going to tell you they're getting tickled right now. I'm telling you right now. Here's what I want to encourage to all the elected officials, to all of the top investment banking firms, to all of the top law firms. Let me guess. To all of the infrastructure-based companies, here's what I would tell you. I would tell you that at your agency, you are probably, as this thing unfolds, going to find yourself the subject of a federal investigation. Let me tell you why. Because, Todd, what I've come to recognize is that at every level, most people feel like they got to report to the speaker to be successful. If you got anything in Springfield, you're going to go make your pilgrimage to the speaker to say, hello, Mr. Speaker, I got the job. I'm the blah, 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 blah. No. And at that meeting, he's going to hand you a piece of paper. He's not going to tell you anything. He's going to talk to you about maybe if you could look at he may hand you some resumes, ask you if you can look at some of these people, if potentially you might be able to help these people. Now, usually when he hands you that list of people, if you're so fortunate to have that list and you accommodate them, what he does is he creates a space in your facility, in your government that you run, that allows him to usurp you, to go around you without ever having to talk to you. So essentially what you find is that the speaker controls the chief legal counsel, right? What you'll find is that the speaker usually controls the lobbyist, right, for your agency, right? Because if you got to go down to Springfield, he's going to say to you, he's going to say, maybe you want to consider this lobbyist, and you're going to take him because you want to be successful in Springfield. But that lobbyist is really going to do what he reports to him, not to you. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes, and then what happens is they got a network of people that know their network. So now what happens is you got a whole criminal enterprise going on in your agency that they're running around you. Right? So so just imagine this. Imagine if I'm the Speaker of the House and I'm your chief legal counsel. I'm your chief legal counsel, and you take my recommendation for your chief legal counsel. Right?
Right.
When my guys come to you with BS, guess what the chief legal counsel is gonna do?
What?
Advise you to be with the team Madigan and the BS as compared to doing what's right by the people. Right? So now, just imagine, we saw that Metro. We saw when Larry Huggins was at Metro and they wanted to get the executive director, and the executive director wasn't with the program, so they had the board put him on flat. Yeah. They was willing to spend $900,000 to get rid of him, and then they were wrong. And they were willing to spend our tax dollars. See, here's what I'm trying to help y'all understand what's happening right now. What's happening at the teachers' retirement system and what's going to happen to almost every agency, because they're tricking right now. Like, you got to recognize that somebody is inside of the federal government right now telling you everything that I know, they know because they participated. Right? So now they're telling all of these things.
Yeah, and I always say but in the sense that this is only part of the web. I mean, they got a big web there. Is that everything that happens isn't necessarily illegal. It just might be influence. Which maybe that helps if you're trying to do RICO. I'm not much of a lawyer since I'm not a lawyer.
So I've been talking to some guys that have had some experience with RICO directly.
Uh-huh.
And the whole premise is that once you got the enterprise, everything links back. Everything ties in. So even if the speaker doesn't know that his guy is doing it, they put the person. So if I know that your agency controls a lot of land deals, I'm gonna make sure that we put our people there, and I don't have to tell the lawyer to do right by you. They know that man. We all be at the same meeting on Saturdays. So when I come present you some BS, you gonna be like, sign the BS, okay? And then you gonna tell the person who relies on your advice to sign the BS. And then you got a closed circle. And then when the person complains, it's like you go to the legal counsel says, no, they're crazy. And so the people get played in the process. I'm going to tell you that process is in every level of every major government and every major cash-making entity. I'm going to tell you that they come up and they sign up for the rotation. Because in the Madigan organization, there's a path, there's a pattern. You want to understand it? Here's what it goes. You come, you work as a staffer, right? You're 22, 23 out of college, they make you work as a staffer. They make you bust your tail. They could care less about your family. You got to go work campaigns. You got to go do everything. You have to do all of these tasks. You have to make, and then hopefully at the end of that 5-year run, depending on what you are, right? Then you decide whether you're going to be a contract lobbyist or you're going to go into corporate America. If you go into corporate America, then they look for a place to put you so that you are in a decision-making process, so that essentially that you, just like the lobbyist, you're inside of the organization, rape, robbing, and pillaging. Hey guys, look over here. There's money here. There's money here. And then you go out and you report to all the guys who are then saying, hey, let me bring some back. Mm-hmm. That is what is happening right now. And what I am telling you is watching what's happening with this teacher retirement system. That's what's going to happen. Somebody's telling. So let me just here's I'm not going to trip on nobody, but on each one of those, if you control the person that controls the appointments to the boards, right?
Yeah, but there also could be that the governor's like, oh, well, now I'm in control. I'm putting my own guy in.
Now.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, we ain't talking about now.
Oh.
We ain't talking about now. Now everybody trying to clean up. Like right now, see, here's what I would say. Like right now, I would be looking in everybody's file and seeing where they came from. Like if I'm a new person, or if I am not trying to be a part of this, I want to know where my chief legal counsel came from. Where did my lobbyist come from? Where did anybody that's in a decision, that's advising me, I want to know their origins. Because their origins tell me whose interest they have. Mine or theirs. Now, we know that at every level of government, and when you get the big job, the first thing you're trying to do is go down to the speaker to make sure that he ain't gonna hurt you. And when he looks at you, he tells you, pick up this guy. And when you pick up this guy, that guy's going to navigate you through, but he's also going to rape, rob, and pillage you throughout the process. Look, y'all. The Illinois teacher retirement system, in my estimation, is only the beginning. I'm going to tell you, at every law firm, at every major government agency that does major transactions, I'm going to tell you that you're going to find something like this happening. I think the feds done got the thing, and they done doing the thing. And every one of these, there's going to be a route. I want to see who the lobbyists are. Think about who are all the lobbyists for all the investments. I'd love to see the $50 billion in investments. You think any of the names on the magic lobbyist list are on that list for those companies?
I would think some.
I bet you more. And can you imagine what the commission is on helping them land a billion out of that $50 billion a year?
There may be a law about that.
Not for lobbying.
There might be a cap on it.
Okay.
After that whole Stuart Levine thing, life kind of changed for a while.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you, they have so many. That's why you hire the law firm, and you get the 850 guaranteed billable hours a year, right? Because then you don't have to report that. That's the whole legal trick. See, I be telling y'all too much. Look, that's why you're going to have to subscribe.
They probably have in-house lawyers for this stuff.
And let me tell you, they have in-house lawyers, and then they also have the in-house lawyers that outsource work because the cash is green no matter what it is. They figured out all types of ways around it. It's the Maze Jackson show.
But food stamps, those are brown.
Or they could be paying in stars. Speaking of stars, I'm giving you way too much information. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back. I be giving y'all too much game. That's too much game. Too much game. Go ahead, Todd. I'm gonna let you have it. Talk to the peoples, man. They said you went to sleep on them yesterday.
They may be right. I'm glad it's Friday. I need some rest. I don't know what the hell. I'm not sleeping well. So, it can't. You know, people always think they're so damn smart. And I mean smart Alex. You know, especially white people. Man, white people think, oh man, so you're looking at a black person for this job. Well, hell, there can't be any black people who are qualified. Yeah, right. That is my favorite thing about being upset about is white people like to say, well, shoot, if you're looking for a black person, they obviously aren't qualified. So that means that white people are always qualified, huh? Yeah, just listen to what Maze just said. Yeah. It's funny how these groups, they don't realize that white privilege is real. You think people just hired you because you? No, they hired you because you became part of their group. Not if you might not even realize it. Shoot, I've seen plenty of things. People tend to be comfortable with people who are like them or what they think are like them. Man, it's funny. You hear these white people and they try to give you some kind of lesson on something, and you're like, man, I learned that when I was in grammar school. But it's a lot. They think they are different than us. No, we go to school, we learn, we pay attention, our eyes are open, all that stuff. Probably no more than they are because we can't just depend on being. Shoot, my dad was influential, but man, I worked all the time because it was important.
I'm thinking on you.
We're thinking on we.
I feel.
You thinking me, we're thinking on we. Can't stop.
Hey y'all, you get us live on WBGX 1570 AM. Give us a call 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. It's the Maze Jackson Show. My co-host Todd Stroger, Miss Sonia Escobar. We are missing our millennial Miss Ruthie Moore, but she's taking care of some business right now. She gotta make that bag. Todd, they can also get us on the TuneIn app, right?
Right.
You can also get us on Facebook Live and on YouTube if you want to see what's going on. Hey, y'all, again, the phone number 872-259-7474. Todd, $50 billion. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of cheddar, brother.
That's a lot of cheddar. You know what I got to ask? I wonder how much of that they're investing with black people.
That's always the question.
Is it really? Who's asking it?
Who's asking it?
Uh-huh.
Probably the black people on the board.
How many black people on the board?
Looks like 2 at the moment.
Who are those 2 people?
Shoot. One was David Miller of Linwood, and one was a black lady from Marion, whose name I didn't know her, so I didn't. Let
me ask a question. You think David Miller, is he got a financial background? Black investment banker?
I think He's a dentist. Well, I don't think I know he's a dentist.
See how they do that? How many? What's the other people?
I'm turning my resume in.
I'm just saying. So this is me. This is me. No shade. Again, no shade today.
If I have to leave 4 times a year, Maze, you'll know what I'm doing.
And how much does the board pay?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay, so let me just put. So let's.
It might not pay anything. I don't know.
No, you know it pays something because it's too much temptation for it not to.
No, not necessarily.
Okay, well, let me just say this.
Sometimes the boards deal with so much, and they're so influential that you get a stipend, so people won't feel.
Right, like that's like the gaming board. Like I was thinking about, somebody was telling me they was the chairman of the gaming board. They make like millions of dollars a minute. Okay, millions of dollars a day, and being on the gaming board, they got paid $200 a day.
Right.
And it's like these 12-hour meetings is killing me. So Todd, okay, just for tickles and giggles, no shade at all. If I were to be looking to find someone to expertly use $50 billion to invest in the black community.
Well, they break it up into different categories, so.
Dentistry and what?
No, they don't break it up.
What do they do? Like personal health services, what?
They break it up into real estate, equity, which would, be like stocks. And.
So again, what do the other people on the board do?
I didn't know anybody.
Okay,
else.
so here's my question. You said some black lady from Marion. Did they list what her job was?
No, I just happen to know who David Miller was.
No, but no. I'm asking. Did you look on the board? Did you look on their website?
Yeah, it only listed where you came from. I mean, the town you came from.
So let me just be clear. I don't know if the most effective way to advance black people with $50 billion in investment is to put the person that is at the board, this is again no shade, to be a dentist. Now, there's also the point that he is also a former member of the Illinois House of Representatives, which would then make him a reliable speaker vote. Now, let me ask a question. Do you think that he was put on that board because, do you think that they asked who they wanted to put on the board? I think there becomes your answer. So when they answer,
I think he's been very political forever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, since the time he's been state rep, he still has been very political.
100% agree. So, again, as a very political person who has been a loyalist, I guess my question would be, should we be asking him how has he directed part of that $50 billion to be recycled into the black community? So again, the question...
It would be nice to know how that works. I would say yes.
And so again,
they have an emerging, I forgot how they called it, but emerging business.
So here's what I'm not going to accept: a Black Lives Matter investment, right? So $50 billion. Here's how we stay winning. This is how we win. I'm not going to trip on David Moore. I'm going to say to black people, nobody even realized. Oh, David Miller. I'm sorry. $50 billion under management. We have a person on the board. 2 people on the board. How many people are on the board?
It was big. I think it was like 16.
Okay, so the 2 black people on the board is 1/8 of the vote, so they get nothing. So guess what they gonna do? Be quiet. Right? Because do you stand up at the meeting with all the CEOs, the white people, and say, what's in it for the black people?
Sure, it's like a 3-year term.
Okay, I got you. So I guess what I would love for you to do, Dave, was he one of your seatmates? Not seatmates, but you weren't in the same time?
No, he came no, wait a minute.
Y'all might have crossed.
We did cross, right, because he beat Harris.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were together for a
So
bit.
then it seems like you might be the proper person to get to him, to get him to come on the show and explain to us how that $50 billion investment, how have they proactively gotten some of that $50 billion in the black community?
I'm going to be like Felix the cat. You know how I used to look at his bag of tricks?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to look at my phone and see if David's in it.
Right, why don't you call him, see if we can get him on the show.
He may be in it, but he may not.
Right, let's, and again.
Huh, what do you know?
You got him?
That looks like.
You want me to plug his phone in? Why don't you call him?
Yeah, I think we ought to give him a day's notice.
Look, they got to get them papers. Get them papers together. But again, I just need y'all to be clear. So this is how they play us on What's in it for the black people, right? We gave you a seat. When did he get appointed?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, so I'll just tell you. I'm just right. So this is what we're gonna do. What we're gonna give y'all a black person on the board, but it's still my vote. You think he ain't taking the call from the speaker? You think they don't know? I mean, you had to sit in the room. You had.
He's the governor's appointment. I have no idea if he's the governor's appointment because.
Do you think he ain't taking no call from the speaker though?
Because didn't he work with Pat Quinn? Wasn't that his guy?
He worked with everybody, bro. He was a politician. He worked with whoever was in power.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
That is how it works.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
There's plenty of people I know
who didn't work
always on the other side.
Right. He worked. Well, Pat Quinn made him the state's dentist. He became the state dentist. So the dental.
Yeah,
guy.
I remember that.
Right. And he was like, man, he was gonna fix my teeth. I remember I saw him at the party like, man, my teeth are so bad. Could you fix them, David? He was like, well, first we gotta come in and we gotta. And I was like, man, you doing too much. Let me just go to the dentist. All right. Look, man. Todd, $50 billion. The teacher retirement system is under investigation because, Todd, and I'm just telling you, this is my speculation. I'm trafficking and rumoring in your window. It's $50 billion. Them white boys are not letting that go untouched. They're not. They're not. And I'm just telling you that just like if Mesereau and all of the firms and all of those people that was in there, whoever got that money, I bet you if you were to do a deep dive, you'd find it. And I'm going to tell you that executive director learned very early, if you wanted to be successful in this space, that all of them people on the board, you was going to look up one day and they'll be like, hi, in case you didn't know, I'm grateful to the speaker for my life.
For my life.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Hey, man, they put somebody on the ComEd board, Joe. The board of a public utility. You think they ain't? I done seen every black chief executive officer of anything come down and have to kiss the ring to be successful. Now, at that point, he's going to tell you, if you want to, we can have a great time, but here's the people I need you to consider. What you going to do? Say no?
Marsha Bias is from Marion, and her term expires in 2020.
And what does Marsha Bias do? Okay,
they don't have that kind of biography for him.
You know why? So can we also get a list of their investments?
Abe's there till 2024.
Right. Hey, man, how many checks does that? See, I'm telling you.
My math isn't that good.
All right, but I'm just telling you, 2024, 4 checks.
I hired people for Bolingbrook for that.
Obviously, you needed to hire him for political consulting. Hey, this is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger.
Sonia!
We'll be back.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back.
Todd, though, seriously.
About what part?
$50 billion, like.
Oh, that's a ton of money.
Right. I'm just saying. They put a dentist on that. Todd, how much? I mean, they put a dentist on that. I'm not even.
I like dentists, but don't.
Okay.
I need one right now, actually.
I'm just telling you.
I'm just afraid now.
Todd, though. Come on, man. What's David Miller's investment strategy? Like, what's his investment background? Is he a day trader, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, he trade on E-Trade daily, right? I'm not bugging. But imagine putting someone like yourself on that. First of all, you have every requirement necessary to be on that board and be qualified. That's another one of those moments. Nobody picked up the phone and called you and said, hey, man.
Hey, man, you know how it is. If you don't push, nobody's ever going to ever call you. That's what George John told my dad. John, don't retire. Your phone just stops ringing. But you're right. I mean, I can put my resume together and give it to, my rep and my senator. Shoot, I give it to everybody. My alderman, my county board, and say, hey, I fit this. Especially since there's 2 seats open. Even though, one of the first articles about me when I first ran was from Steve Chapman, who was, I think, a conservative in the Tribune. And it was like, how did he become an investment banker? That's what the whole article was about.
Niggas can read too, motherfucker.
That's right. I took a 325 question test and passed it. That's how I
Series 7, 6?
The Series 7, yeah.
I was thinking about getting in the investment bank, and then I saw how they did Alvin Boutte.
tough business.
It shouldn't be. It ain't that many black investment bankers. It shouldn't be that tough.
It shouldn't. In a city like this, because Alvin's doing municipal bonds, but there's corporate bonds too. Corporate bonds pay better. But the executive is the guy who decides, how this works out.
The executive director.
No. I mean
the mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Or county board president. Those type people. Yeah, I remember my boss saying we were in a deal somewhere else, and he called the investment bank that was running the books, some big place. I don't know which one it was, and they were like, "No, nothing's going on. Call back later." He said he called 2 hours later. They're like, "Oh, it's all gone. Nothing for you." Oh, this must have been in Cleveland, and he knew the mayor. He called the mayor, and the mayor said, "I'll take care of this."
3. You bring out the best in me. 'Cause when I think about the loving that you're giving to me, that you're giving to me, so I'm thinking about it. Tell me that it's like the way you bring out, and I love. Oh, I love the way you love. Oh, I love the way you love. You are listening to What's In It for the Black People Radio live on WBGX 1570 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, 872-259-7474. Hey, y'all. City out of control. Chicago going wild. Todd, this morning as I was doing the rundown and I was trying to figure out what I was going to talk about, I didn't realize that the teacher retirement system was going to reveal itself the way that it was, and I had planned for us to talk about Chicago gone wild. So we talked yesterday about the gang map and all the stuff. We talked to Pastor Corey Brooks, and then one of our on-the-ground people, residents of Woodlawn, texted me last night to say, Maze, could you please share this information with your listening audience? It was from the police. She was at a police community meeting last night in Woodlawn as they prepared to address what is going on. And she said she said that the CPD warned Woodlawn residents that from 61st to 67th between State and Maryland is where they anticipate the activity, and asked people to be ever vigilant until the rapper was buried.
Oh, I just realized I'd have to move out the city.
Why?
Because the city isn't involved in that fund.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I'll have to move to Barrington.
You try it. See what they say. But Todd, they said CPD and UFC is increasing patrols. The neighbors of the area who were homeowners and renters asked the police to enforce a curfew on Parkway Gardens. The police said that people have rights and they cannot enforce a curfew on Parkway Gardens.
Somebody would have to say we're having a curfew because of some problems. I guess that would be the city council maybe, or the mayor.
I have no clue, but I guess my question is, first of all, I still am a little disturbed by the mayor's response to the shooting on Oak Street when she said this young man fancies himself a rapper. Todd, I went to go look at it.
You kind of missed the point there, huh?
She not only did she miss the point, she was again so dismissive. Like, honestly, I'm not like, I think right now what we got to do is look at rap and crime, particularly this drill music, as intertwined. Right? And these murders only increase the popularity, right? Because then the people want to see the video of the diss video. So I was looking at the guys who said that. So there was a video of the guy a rap video describing what they were going to do to the guy that they did to.
I saw that on the Key and Peele show.
Wait, you saw the video of them?
No, this exact scenario where it's like, we've got you rapping about what you were going to do. And
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But then the challenge is you can't tie it exactly to it, right? Because they say in the beginning it's a rap video. You know, the guns in this are really just props, blah blah
Props, right.
blah 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 blah. So they do all. So here's what I'm suggesting. First of all, I gotta think that YouTube knows what's happening. Like when you see somebody go to like Todd, the rap video for the response to the killing made the kid who was gonna make the video, who made the video saying he was getting ready to go do the cleanup. It had to make him at least $200,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean he had over 2 million views by yesterday afternoon. Now think about those being monetized.
I thought they took these things down now.
No, they don't. They didn't. Remember, it's a rap video. It's a movie. So now my question is Chicago out of control? Yesterday, a police officer was really telling me also that a police officer was shot outside of the fire training facility. And then when I woke up this morning, I saw that a police officer was in a shootout with, or police were in a shootout with...
Domestic?
With a guy running down the street west on 83rd. Sonia, did you find a clip from Fred Waller? Did you get that? All right, so, and then Fred Waller said that a lot of CPD is being pushed out at the time that experience in relationships and a lot are all needed.
Oh.
He did an exit interview. You could tell it was clear, like from the exit interviews, that he was
asked to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't want to go, and I think that he recognizes. What I hope the mayor doesn't do is trash his name like she trashed Eddie Johnson. Because Eddie Johnson can't even get a job right now. Like, Eddie Johnson should have left and been a millionaire. Right? He should have got a millionaire security company and been, I worked at the most violent city in the world, blah, blah, blah.
Or, he could leave and... but you're right. I mean, if they Google you and the first thing that pops up is the mayor says something bad about you. But he could leave and be head of some security force at a big university, all kind of stuff.
Right, like they did for his deputy who got Northeastern and makes more money now. Sonia, did I see you said you got the audio? Okay, well let's go to, you know what, we got to go to station ID and go to the top of the hour. When we come back, I'm going to just continue that conversation. Plus, Todd, hold on. Plus, we're also going to talk about how important is the BP pick, because I think today must be the day. Got to be the day, right? They're going to pick it on Saturday? Nobody watches news on Saturday, right? You need the whole weekend run so they can make it for Meet the Press and This Week and all that stuff and all the Sunday shows, and they can be cool. They're supposed to pick this week.
All right.
Okay, so I guess we got to do that. Plus,
I'm in.
Aaron Turner from the Illinois Housing Development Authority is going to talk to us about this $150 million housing assistance program for renters as well. Wait a minute, it's $300 million. For renters and for right, he's like, man, y'all gotta come get this money. So we're gonna have them.
I'll be there in a minute, Aaron.
Tell me something good Friday. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
If I get that money, I'm not gonna be back Monday. I tell you now.
I love the way you love me. Na na na, hey 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 hey, hey hey.
I think I may make a pancake.
This is when she came back to the black people after the white people dissed her. The right stuff. They like, you ain't Miss America material. I've got my mind made up. The right stuff. The right stuff. I don't want to listen off the right stuff. Na 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 na, hey hey hey. Till it cut. It's the right stuff. The right stuff. I don't wanna listen of the right stuff. Miss out. Dismiss the right. Nah, 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 nah. Eh. Where's Sonia? I don't wanna listen on the right stuff. Na 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 na. Yeah.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in it for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down. Hey, smile. Want to be black.
Shine, shine, you beautiful inside. Hey, rise up, rise up. Don't you know? You are listening to What's in it for the Black People Radio, y'all. There's something about that song. I don't know what it is about that song, Todd,
No,
but
that's a really good song.
boy,
Every once in a while, something comes out, you're like, wow, that hit me right here.
man, and it is every man. It's like I just feel it. I just feel it down deep in me. Hey, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host Todd Stroger. Todd, I feel like we gonna get free, man. I really do. I feel like there's so much on the horizon. Every day I wake up in the paper, I say, nope, not yet. Not yet. I'll be like, let me slip to the obituaries. Nope, not yet. That's okay, because we going to get free one day, someday, somehow. Let me say what's up to Miss Sonia, Escobar, the music conductor of the Soul Plane. Hey, y'all. What was I talking about before we left? Oh, can I tell you what? I know we said we want to have a new era of policing, but I think we got to finish up the old era first. I don't know. So can I tell you, I'm having a challenge reimagining policing. Now, it could be the reports of the carjackings, the shootings, the open warfare in the streets, even the fact that the police are saying be careful to each other because they probably got better guns than us.
It's crazy out here.
And in the midst of that, we are still saying defund, rethink, re-envision, all of that. And I'm not even tripping on it. I promise you I'm not tripping on it. But I'm having a hard time imagining what that looks like.
Sure, change is hard.
I agree it's hard, but the problem is these shootings,
Well, I think we realize that the police cannot handle these shootings because how are you going, unless you assign 3 police officers in cars to follow people around who you think you're going to shoot somebody or get shot, you're not really going to stop the shootings. So
I was just thinking, I was talking to an officer yesterday who told me they know who shot the people, who shot all the people outside of the funeral.
Yeah.
But nobody will speak on it. And they can't.
That doesn't help.
They can't arrest the person. Like, they know who it is. They got the car. They know the person.
You can't arrest people on hearsay.
Yes.
Right.
So, what do we do? Because I'm going to tell you, Todd, I'm gonna be honest with you. Call me whatever you want. I am not equipped to go deal with a person who has a 30-round shotgun, like a shotgun with a 30-round extended barrel, like rotating barrel that they could. I mean, like some of the stuff I've seen, and does that make me a chump? Does that make me a punk? Like
Make you smart.
No, I mean, because I look at some of these comments and I say, like, people say we can't be scared of kids. I'm not saying I'm scared. I'm not scared of my own kids. I don't know what the hell you taught your kids.
You're right.
Right? So I don't know that
They don't have any respect for life whatsoever.
Exactly. I was just thinking about that whole. Man, I was watching that duck video.
Uh-huh.
This dude literally ticked off all the people that they killed, like straight up. And then when I learned that the rolling up the blunt and the roll up wasn't about smoking, but it was about we rolled up and we smoked your guy.
Wow.
It was like, man, if we could put this creativity to some other kind of use, it would be great.
You know, a lot of people, you know, they like to make it appear as if, oh, everybody's, you know how my son never did anything type of thing. I was reading some of the comments and it was like, oh man, I'm surprised this happened. He was coming up. He was getting out of there.
No, I feel like he was digging deeper.
Yeah, right.
And I feel like even when you pay for those videos, you provide an incentive for them to continue. Like, here's the thing. If a young man doesn't have the expectation to live to 30 or 40, right?
Right.
Then making him a short-term 100,000-aire or millionaire. Because, Todd, I'm saying, like, you look at these videos, they're like 2 million, 3 million views in a day.
Wow.
Think about monetizing at a penny or 2 pennies each.
Yeah.
And they turn them out quickly. So the guy was shot. I was like, what is he doing on Oak Street shopping at Dolce & Gabbana? And it's like, man, he got that cash.
Right.
Like, you look at that video, man. If you look at the response video for the murder that's getting ready to happen this weekend, that everybody's saying is or ain't gonna happen. I don't want to fearmonger because Corey told me I was fearmongering. I don't want to say that. Mm-hmm. But I did see the video.
I think the police would tell you. Well, they did tell us. They already told us that something else is going to happen.
Well, they told us, one more time, public service announcement, between 61st to 67th between State and Maryland, State CPD and UFC are increasing their patrols. The neighbors asked for a curfew of Parkway Gardens. The police said they could not do it. So, how do we respond to this? Like, I mean, so do you avoid the area of 61st to 67th? Like, do we just give up King Drive?
Funny you said that, because I was just thinking, I got to keep that in my head.
Well, I'm saying, do you avoid, like, have they given up those streets? Like, I'm just saying, if the police tell you, hey, yo, just don't even go over there. Like, that almost says to me that they know they can't stop it.
I think that's exactly what they're saying.
And if that be the case, has the mayor lost the city? Has she lost control of the city? Do you think? And let's move away from Mays and the censor. And I'm going to talk about this now because I remember the last time we started these conversations and it was black people getting assaulted. It turned into almost like we're attacking a black woman.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, yes, we know it's happening, but don't talk about it because it makes everybody uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't support the narrative of the strong black wave my finger in people's faces, and it's just magically they're just gonna do it. The auntie thing didn't work.
No.
And I don't know, Todd, that I almost feel like when she said she dismissed him as someone who fancies himself a rapper, that it was almost like a let them eat cake moment. Like it was almost like a...
Because she didn't really speak to what the real problem was.
Right. And recognize the fact that this kid represents a big chunk of what's happening in our community.
Right.
And the dismissal of it, and just by doing that,
an aberration.
Right. But the summary dismissal, poo-pooing of it, only says that I'm gonna cover my face and pretend, hope nobody looks over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we got that going on all over the city right now. Like, okay, let's just pretend, like, let me come out and have a press conference and talk about I'm going to give away some money or I'm going to do something, and I'm going to pretend like this bad boy ain't burning down.
Right.
I don't think they have a plan. I honestly don't. And I think that, I agree with you that change is hard, but I don't know if, I think we're in one of these spaces where the mayor's trying to play two sides, which is she wants to be on the side of the protesters and the peaceful protesters. And so in that, we aren't able to distinguish who's who. And in the process of that, it's like, did you see that thing where the guy had got shot somebody, got people? It's like the same thing we got. It's like the same thing we got with Kim Fox not putting the people in jail that need to go to jail. Right? By saying that it's like, I'm going to reject the simple argument. No. If you got a gun, you got caught shooting it, you holding it right now, and somebody potentially ain't no understanding right now. And if getting control of the city is left to the black community, how do we do that? Do we all need to strap up?
True. Yeah, we're not in, I don't think we're in a very good situation to control the city.
Well, I guess,
or even our part.
And my thing is, it's like, you saw what happened. You saw Leader Turner got jacked.
Right.
Right? And he one of the good guys.
Right.
I don't know how we interpret where we are and how do we dig ourselves out of this hole. Because I'm just telling you, I'm not going out to disarm people. And I'm also tell you that y'all gun buybacks ain't the guns that they bring. The guns y'all buying ain't the ones they take, they doing all the murder.
No, they're not going to bring those.
I guess my question
Matter of fact, I've heard on other shows where guys are calling, yeah, I'm bringing in my old broken 38.
Right, because I'm going to take it to Walmart with that gift card and put it on my new shotgun. I'm going to kill one of you boy.
Yeah.
Todd, is the city up for grabs? Are we rapidly approaching a point of lawlessness, of every man for himself, where you have to protect your home and your property by yourself?
I think the real question is what is going to happen between those areas you talked about. I mean, yes, you're right. I mean, they get in cars and they go out and commit mayhem in different areas of the city. But the real question is, how are you going to change the mindset of the people who live in those streets and zip codes you just mentioned? How do they become part of the regular society in some fashion, where they have some kind of empathy?
Did you listen to it? Like, if you listen to it, he said, I'm already in hell, so I ain't scared.
No, I don't listen to those anymore. I kind of figure I know what they're saying.
So I think, though, that when
I've heard it all at this point, about I'm not afraid of dying and all that kind of stuff, and I don't expect to live to 30. I've heard all that stuff. So I don't know what to do with that.
And so, again, and I don't either, but that's who's got the pistols. That's who's got the artillery. And so, again, if the answer is I'm already in hell and I ain't lit and I'm prepared already, how do you and when you reimagine, what do you do when you reimagine them running down the street with a pistol? Now, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna protect me and mine. I am. Like, you come knock on my door, you got something for you, right? You approach us, you approach my car, I got something for you. But I'm not taking no you and me.
I get you.
But I guess my question then becomes, is that real? Like, I'm uncomfortable riding like that. I'm uncomfortable thinking like, man, I can't. And I'm not saying you don't have your head.
I think there's a whole bunch of us are uncomfortable at this moment. I mean, I'm uncomfortable.
What is the mayor doing to assuage our comfort, though?
I'm uncomfortable having my wife, drive up and down Stony Island after what happened to Mark,
Man, Mark Wallace, and for those of you who don't know, Mark Wallace got carjacked on 71st and Stony Island. But Like, bro, what's the plan? Like, I know y'all don't want the National Guard. I know y'all want to defund the police. I'm just telling you that the mayor's last plan was to hire the Latin Kings and the 2-6s to protect their neighborhoods. Who's protecting ours?
You know, I think the problem that we've had for such a long time, you alluded to it earlier. I guess you didn't allude to it. You said exactly what the problem was with the funeral thing. Unless people turn people in and say, I saw this happen, you can't really stop it.
And the challenge becomes is that when you do tell, I saw this happen, like the poor black girl who did, then somebody gets on Instagram and puts a hit on you for $5,000, and because there's a disconnect, you wind up getting killed, and the police will tell you there's nothing they can do to protect you.
Yeah, I guess this is where the feds come in.
Right. Well, so I
They
did
have more resources.
Well, I did hear that right now, if somebody wanted to tell the truth about something, they have authorization. The feds have authorization. If it leads to a conviction, which I guess might be part of the challenge,
right?
They will relocate you to any city in the country.
So, after the show ends, we know that Maze is now living in Montana.
Dang, Todd. No snitching. No, I'm not saying that at all. Hey, y'all, we got to go to traffic. Well, excuse me. We're going to go take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue this conversation. We'll continue this conversation when we come back.
Man, when was this?
What?
Oh, 2 years ago. Ooh.
How much of that money you think your boy directed to the black community?
What we talking about?
How much of that money you think that $50 billion went to black investments? And how many black investment bankers did he bring in? And how many black, you know what I'm saying? How many people in the services? So did he call Lance? See? Right? Like,
that's probably, but you're probably right. That's probably the executive director who decides who the lawyers are.
You're right, but I'm going to tell you, if you're a board member and I could cause havoc and I make you a suggestion, even if I give you if I got $50 billion, I give you $1 million.
Right. I don't think I'm trying to remember. I don't think they do bonds.
Whatever they do.
Well,
it's like I'm not really.
No, I mean I understand what you're saying. Wow. Yeah, I mean that's the question. I guess we'd have to see their financial statement at the end of the year, or whenever they do it. They might do it in July. Yeah, so maybe you could have a group who does real estate, and you could go to them and say, "We're doing this, and we'll give you a
X number return."
Yeah.
Right. That's what Allison Davis did.
Yeah.
And all of those properties and those projects that they bought, actually, now, if they wouldn't have threw them away, will all have now been bang projects.
Time.
Right.
Sometimes time was there.
Exactly. And so, even though they got skewered for it, right, they weren't bad investments. They
were just long term.
They took time to mature because we hit the skids. Not that I'm making excuses, but it's like they know how to make their friends rich. Now I was talking with some guys yesterday, and it's like,
oh, they know how to throw black people under the bus.
Rich is quick though. It's like they be like, okay, here, do this, and it's like you're instant.
Right. Yeah, well, as I say, black people are always, like this guy on Facebook, he said something about Biden's trying to pick somebody of color, so why can't he just pick somebody who is qualified? I said, why can't he do both? You know?
Right.
We don't have any great litmus tests for white people to be picked for anything.
Sonia, you still can't get clips? Can you get clips or no? What wire? Oh, I'll get one. I gotta order one, I think. Or we can make one out of 2 1/8 inches. Okay. Dum ba dum 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 dum. Dum ba dum 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 dum.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in it for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Hey y'all, we are live on WBGX 1570 AM. It's What's in it for the Black People Radio. Y'all, it's Tell Me Something Good Friday too. It's coming up pretty quickly. But Todd, before we go into that after this next break, I just wanted to talk about President Joe Biden and his pick. First of all, did you see him on the news yesterday? Did you see him and the journalist from the National Association of Black Journalists?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, so apparently one of the journalists from the National Association of Black Journalists was interviewing Joe Biden yesterday. And during the interview, he asked Joe Biden about was he fit? And was he mentally and all that good stuff? And I don't have the exact question. I don't have the clip right now. But Todd, he responded with like, "What are you on? Cocaine? Are you a not an addict?" But the challenge becomes, Todd, like, I guess, are we supposed to ignore Joe Biden's what it seemed to clearly be, can I call them senior moments?
Yeah, that's a nice way.
Can I mean this in the most respectful way, like, I'm not, first of all, I had a problem with Joe Biden when he tried to tell Charlamagne the God that if you ain't voting for him, you ain't black. Now, you could dislike Trump, whatever you want to do, but white people don't get to pick what makes you black. I think that's the Condoleezza Rice thing, right? You can't just assume how we think because you've seen us and we black. Todd, Joe Biden is the epitome to me of black people having no choice. In that Joe Biden has clear failings, and I recognize that a lot of people have misgivings about Joe Biden. And if it wasn't President Trump, they would not be voting for Joe Biden.
I can imagine that. He may have passed his expiration date.
And so, as we move into this election cycle, if you can agree that he may be past his expiration date, right? Do we just hold your nose and vote for somebody who you think could potentially be senile? Like somebody who literally said, "What are you on cocaine?" Like, where did that come from?
We voted. Well, I didn't vote, but somebody voted for somebody we know is an idiot.
Okay, so do we vote for another idiot?
You know the old saying about the devil I know and the one I don't?
You just forget all of that. Right? That's what you're saying. I feel like it's the devil I know versus the devil I don't. And
right, and I know Biden through his past, and I know Trump through his past, but I knew that Trump had no experience, and as soon as he got in office, he proved it, that he didn't know what the hell was going on in this office. So I don't want that anymore. That scares me.
So do you really think that if you elect Joe Biden will be, do you think he has all of his facilities?
This is what I think. I think that if the current president stays in office, there is a true danger to two things. The strength of the republic and the ability to keep us out of a major conflict, and that scares me. I don't want that.
Okay.
Even though I'm almost 60 and I know I ain't going nowhere because they stopped taking it at like 30.
Okay. So I guess I think that this is where I think the failure. This is why I am not convinced that Joe Biden is going to win, because I don't think that anybody has provided a tangible reason to vote for him. Now I know black people vote against, so I think
Yeah, we do that all the time.
I think
White people do that too.
I think you're gonna get the against, but I don't know if it's enough to unseat Trump. The gap is closing. It's closing every day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess my question is, what do black people do? So we hold our noses. We vote for the person that we don't. I'm not sure exactly. And I think this vice presidential, let me just say this. I see the vice presidential picks coming down to these 4 people. Kamala Harris and Susan Rice, the marriers of white men, and Gretchen Whitmer and what's her name, Elizabeth Warren, the marriers of white men. So black men lose regardless. Anyway, well, I think this vice presidential pick is going to be probably have more weight than most vice presidential picks, because I do think that Joe Biden is definitely not running a second term.
You know, I think the most important job of the president is who is his cabinet, who he chooses, and who he puts on the judicial.
Do you think he's going to really be doing the picks, or do you think it's going to be some white person behind the scenes?
Are we talking about Biden?
Yeah, that's going to be rubbing him like a marionette. Like, he going to be like a Weekend at Bernie's for real. And how many times you think he going to fly to Europe? Like, they going to be like, we ain't going to see Joe Biden is going to be, we going to see Joe Biden sitting at a desk. You going to be like, why come he don't? You going to see, why does his hand go like this? Because they're going to have to put a puppet. They're going to have to do something for Joe Biden.
Well, you know, you remember what Trump said when he got in office?
What?
I'm the fittest president that's ever been. That's what the doctor told me. That's when I knew we were in trouble.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. When Joe Biden said, what are you on, cocaine? I was like, oh, it's going to be problems. It's going to be problems. All right, y'all, when we come back, we are supposed to be talking to the Governmental Affairs Director for the Illinois Housing Development Authority. But if not, I'm going to tell you about this $300 million they got for renters and mortgage payments. Plus, tell me something good. We're going to be talking about the bigs, as well as I said what I said. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
Back after.
Listen, baby. Waste your tears. They're insensitive.
Can you feel it? Na 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 na.
Honey. Since I did a man like me.
Like me, girl. Oh, baby, you need a man with sensitivity. A man like me, honey. Oh, baby. is there like a gentleman, if any. Yes, just to shit so completely. You got it in me. You need a man with sensitivity. Woman sensitive, that's what I can give. You need a man, not any man. Woman sensitive, that's what I can give. I'm a gentleman at heart. Hold on. Save a baby sensitivity. Save a love. You killed the rapper. Oh man. Oh man. He ain't doing away with term limits because you gotta go through the house. You gotta get it approved. Y'all gotta stop making up stuff. Did you make more money or less money under Trump? I made more.
Money.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in it for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Oh, sure.
Your pride. God. Good side. Tell me something good. Tell me that you like me, yeah.
Chris Webber! What I got sure enough do you good.
Tell me something good.
You are tuned in to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd, Stroger, Todd. Hey, it is Tell Me Something Good Friday. Bro, you can't call me on my cell phone. You got to call the number. Give us a call. 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Let me tell y'all what. Give us a call. 872-259-7474. We are asking the you know what? Give us a call. 872-259-7474. I want you to tell me something good. Todd, you got anything to tell me good today, man? What you got?
Well, Janine's birthday is coming up on Monday, so I guess we'll start celebrating. Matter of fact, I'm sure we're going to take some time off and leave you
What
to your
y'all?
own devices.
Wait, so why you didn't tell me?
I don't know when it is yet.
Oh, okay. I'm
still
trying to figure it
that
out. I'm trying to tell you something, man. It's going down. I'm telling y'all, man. I am feeling some kind of way. Tell me something good. I'm looking for my man, Aaron Turner, to give us a call. He's from the Illinois Housing Development Authority. 'Cause they got about.
I'm sorry, Aaron is just too young for me to be in my phone.
He's calling me. I just got to get him to call the right line. Let me do this. But the Illinois Housing Development Authority is going to be calling us in a hot minute. I gave them a new number to call because they got $300 million to give away for housing and mortgage assistance. But before we do that, I'm going to go to the live lines and I'm going to take Brian Hudson's call. What's up, Mob? How you feeling this morning? I'm great.
Hey, so I got hung up on last Friday. I was trying to call in. I don't know what the heck happened, but I got stuck. So it was kind of weird. But real quick, so the NAACP Chicago Southside AXO program will be competing nationally, virtually next week. So I have 15 students competing in 18 categories for gold, hopefully on the national level. So I'll post a link here on the page, but just show support for my kids, man. I got 15 geniuses that are about to go clean house on the national stage, and it will be streamed live internationally.
So you need to share that link with us.
That's my good thing.
So first of all, Brian, let me say.
Share it in the chat.
Okay, thank you, brother. That is Brian Hudson, faithful Lions Den member. Big star sender too. Sent me about 5,000 stars this week. But he is with the NAACP AXO program, and I think of so many young people that I know
ran into him the other day, and he was like,
AXO.
Tell your daughter about that.
Man, right? She's a violinist, right? We gotta
Right.
get the cellist in here, violinist in here. Again, hey, by the way, Todd, what is Claire been up to? You know, Maison. Let me stop. You know, this week he gonna get his
Today's
permit.
Claire's last. That's what I was about to say. Today's her last day of class time.
So MJ is about to get his permit because his birthday is on the 10th. So he's asking me for the Porsche. I was like, nah, but I might let him drive. So we gonna figure this out, Todd. I'm just
How many
telling you.
horses can he hold right now?
I think he can hold one horse. And not all 500 that's in that bad boy. All right, let me go to the live line because I think we got who I'm looking for on the line to tell me something good. It is the governmental affairs director at the Illinois Housing Development Authority, but he also is my fam, right? So the Turners have been the Turners have been stalwarts on the West Side. Whether it was Art Senior, who we were talking about a little bit earlier, who ran into the law as he was going to get that new F-150. I love seeing Lita Turner though, because Lita Turner is living the life.
Let me tell you, Maze, I've probably been married a year. My furnace goes out. You know what I did?
What?
I called Art. And he said, it's probably your thermocoupler. I'll be over in about an hour and a half. And he came over and fixed it.
I'm going to tell you. And then when I went to Springfield, we kind of got there at the same time. His son, Art Turner Jr., who was probably ascended to one of the highest spots in leadership in Springfield. Art was one of my very closest associates and one of the people that helped make me successful legislatively, and is one of my very, very good friends and one of my younger cousins. I look forward to his continued success. He just moved on to be a lobbyist, so shout out to him and Larry Luster. And then the legacy continues with Aaron Turner. Aaron is, man, you see Aaron is energetic. He is everywhere.
Yes.
I'm calling him Aaron Twist Turner right now because I seen him on Facebook with his head twisted up. But regardless, he is always in the fight, as the Turners are, for the black community. And so I wanted to tell us real quickly, Aaron, talk to me, man. What's going on with this $300 million you got to drop?
Well, good morning to you, Maze, and to everybody. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. My dad, the family, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning?
Great, man. Great.
Doing good. Yeah, so we got some good news right here to deliver. Thanks to the CARES Act and the General Assembly, there was $300 million that's been put towards rental assistance and mortgage assistance with the Illinois Housing Development Authority. So we got $5,000. So starting August 10th, we're starting. We're taking applications for the loan. It's not a loan actually. It's a $5,000 grant, and it goes towards your rental assistance for your landlord. All you really need is your ID, your lease. We got all the information on the website. On August 24th, we're giving up to $15,000 for mortgage assistance for homeowners. So we realize that right now it's rough times for everyone, and we want to try and provide some assistance to try and help everybody out. So starting August 10th, we have the rental relief program.
Now, Aaron, how do people find out about this? How do they apply? Man, I see all these programs, man, but can brothers really get the money?
Yeah, the program is there. It's gonna come down to a lottery, so we'll be randomly chosen with selecting people. But we're encouraging everyone to apply because the opportunity for you to get it is still there.
All right,
so, yeah.
Okay, so
it's not much. It's $300 million to get to service about 30,000 people.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. We want to make sure our 30,000 people get in, and Aaron is on the live and on the phone answering live up front. What's in it for the black people? Aaron, we appreciate you, man. Look, I'm going to get that send me the link. I got the documents. We're going to put it on the Facebook page. We're going to put it on the website. We'll make sure it happens, all right?
Absolutely. We want to encourage everyone in the city and the state to fill out and try and get this relief. It's an opportunity that's there, and hopefully it's not the last. We're depending on the General Assembly to, come up with some more cash to try and help the people of the state of Illinois. So anything we can do to help, I'm just happy to spread the word.
Well, let me tell you what, Aaron, what we're going to have to do is have you come in here once everything chills on COVID, and you got to tell us about all the great things that IDA is doing and how they can benefit the black community. Let me tell y'all what, my man Aaron Turner, just like this family has done throughout history, answering the question, what's in it for the black people, right? I'm going to tell you, answering it proactively. When he got that $300 million, he was like, man, I got to make sure that the black people know because we need to make sure black people get it. And so we said we was going to make an opportunity for him to be here. I will post that information. That's what's supposed to happen, though.
That's right.
That's what's supposed to happen. Like, we don't let white folks tell us who we can talk to because that then means that we're withholding information.
I'm not paying my mortgage this month, and I'm getting in the lottery and hoping.
Well, I'm going to tell you, man, you got to do more than hope. Like, we got to leverage. So let's do that. You all go to the Illinois Housing Development Authority website and get that. There is the Coronavirus Relief Fund programs, which is the Emergency Rental Assistance Program for Illinois renters. And then there is that's August 10th. And then August 24th is the homeowner assistance with a $15,000 maximum.
That's the one I need.
Man, me too. All right, let's do this. Let's say what's up. This is Tell Me Something Good Friday. I'm feeling kind of good. I'm going to go to the live line again. If you got something you want to tell us, it's Something Good Friday. 872-259-7474. We're looking for your calls. 872-259-7474. Tell me something good. Wow, wow. All right, who's on the live line? Is that Johnny or Jenny?
Hey, this Kenny.
Oh, Kenny, you know what? I got it all wrong. Kenny, what's up, man? How you feeling?
Hey, man, I'm feeling good. I'm getting through early with you guys, man. I don't know what's going to happen once everything change, but once everybody start finding out where y'all at. But man, I'm feeling good, man. I closed on my first home in the city, and I'm feeling real good about that, man.
Hey, man, you should feel real good about that, man. I hope that you want to tell us what neighborhood, or you want to keep that low key.
Auburn Gresham.
Man, see, that's what I'm talking about. Let me just say this. Kenny, let me tell you
Woodlawn was way out of my Woodlawn, I can afford living over there now, man.
Man, Woodlawn
Easter Cottage.
Hey, man, Easter Cottage. Well, right now they cleaning that up. They leaving that to the organizations or street members to clean that up.
Hey, man, I got one suggestion for y'all, man. Hey, by the way, man, what's up, Todd? What's up, Sonia, man? Hey, but I got one suggestion for y'all. If y'all could do, man. I'm constantly driving, so I'm in and out of my rig, man. Can y'all do like some I don't know if you can do like an on demand where you can go back and listen to it, because I know Dorothy say she got the classroom, but man, I done learned so much, man, just off of, man, how the game run by listening to you, man. You know, I feel like a lot of times I can't get out the rig and go in, man. I'm going to play to my stops, man.
So, Kenny, let me do this. Let me tell you that you can always go to Facebook or YouTube, and all the shows are warehoused there. We're going to start podcasting them for you. But if you want to go back, you can get all of everything on Facebook and on YouTube. And let me say, man, you on the truck, let me get one of them womp womp. I used to drive by when the truck...
I'm going in there. I'm in the shipping office going inside the shipping office.
Okay, you know I wanted to give me
I got through on the phone, but I'm gonna call back and get it to you.
Come on, man. I appreciate that, Kenny. And shout out to all our truckers, man. Shout out to all our truckers that are moving weight. Not that kind of weight. They moving weight though across the city. Right. Let me tell y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. We ask you to tell us something good on a Friday. It's 872-259-7474. I spend a lot of time telling y'all about everything that's wrong. Tell me something that's right. Tell me something that's good. A lot of good stuff is happening. First of all, this $300 million, that's good. Because I could use some rental assistance and some homeowner assistance.
You can use both?
Man, I could use some of that. Wherever it's money, I could use it.
Man, if I get that $15,000, I don't have to pay my rent. My mortgage for the year.
Oh, dang. Dang, really? I need to move with you.
I live in the South Side, man.
Man, I got to get with you, man. All right, man, I'm going to tell y'all what.
Yeah, I would say if our houses were somewhere else in the city, they'd be worth a lot of money.
I was thinking the same thing, man. I was actually, man, if I didn't want to live in the water, you know what I would really like? I seen some really nice houses in Pill Hill. Like some really nice ones.
My parents used to live at the bottom of the hill.
Really? There's some really nice houses in Pill Hill. Like, I would really love to live in like a black neighborhood where everybody cut the grass. And nobody's...
But you can live on my block. We all cut the grass.
Yeah, man, you cut the grass, but then... Let me stop. I had another joke, but I'm going to let that be. Let me tell you. So, what I got good this week? I'm going to tell you what's good, but I'm going to tell you what's good when I come back. Let's do this. Do you want me to stay? Is it too much for you? Okay, so let's do this. Let me take a quick minute break, and then when I come back, I'm going to tell you something good, what's happening next week as it relates to What's in It for the Black People Radio. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Hey, y'all. Help us close the week strong. I'm trying to get a video wall in this bad boy, so our goal is to reach 10,000 stars this... No, did I say 10,000?
You did.
Oh, I said 100,000. I need 100,000 to get the wall. I need 100,000 pennies before we get off air. Can y'all help me get 100,000 pennies? 100,000 pennies. That ain't that much. Come on, y'all. Y'all can do it. 100 people give us 1,000 pennies. We'll win this thing. And y'all will come in here on Monday. It'll be a video wall to go with what I'm going to tell y'all about on Something Good when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
If I was want to kick it with you, what would she do if your girl only knew to get with me? To kick it with you.
You're listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in it for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Yeah. Tell me something good. Tell me that you like it. Yeah. You are tuned in to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, and this Friday, I don't know where the time went. It is 8:54, Todd.
Wow.
I mean, it seems like we get here, we get this thing started, and then by the time we get it started, it's time to wrap this bad boy up. Oh, all right. Read the weather report.
Today's weather report is 68 right now, a high of 80 degrees today, a low of 66, zero wind humidity, 88%, 10% of rain in the AM.
Hey, okay, you know what I'm gonna ask. Okay, Google, what's the weather in Chicago? Let's see what she says.
Currently in Chicago, it's 72 degrees and sunny. Today, it'll be sunny with a forecasted high of 80 and a low of 66.
Dang, Constance, we might have to bring you in to do weather and traffic, right? Now we got to get this. Now, if you could just run back and forth to the expressway and let us know, it'll be all good. Right. I think we should get a traffic drone, right? Like, we should just get a drone and then just get a drone and get somebody who wants to be out and they can just put the drone up and go look. I'm telling you, you know, it'll be crazy, man. I'm telling you, this is going to be the most high-tech location. I'm going to tell you know what, though? Can I tell you something? This is the thing about being entrepreneurs, right? Has anybody been watching the No Limit Chronicles? Uh-huh. Man, I'm going to tell you something. You really need to watch that. You need to watch the Master P Chronicles. You know, I think a lot of people, Todd, I think you need to watch it. You know why I think you need to watch it? Only because
It's about New Orleans?
well, it is about Nolans. I think it also is about the hip-hop entrepreneurial spirit and the graduation and elevation of it. It was interesting to see. This dude,
What is it on?
it's on BET. So you got to get on BET on demand. BET's doing better with their programming because they're really moving into my age bracket, which is sort of what we're doing here. So can I tell y'all something? And speaking of tell me something good. What's in it for the Black People Radio is growing. Starting next week, we got actually 3 new shows. We got Mike Brown doing his show on Tuesdays at noon.
Shoot 'em up.
Shoot 'em up, bang, bang, kill 'em, Mike! Then we got Toussaint Werner and Herb Howard coming 1 to 3 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Okay.
Then we got the Bigs coming on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3. All of those shows are 1 to 3. So, Ty, we are auditioning people now for the afternoon drive spot from 3 to 6.
Hans says he wants to have a Democratic Socialist of America show.
Hans better pay me my damn money.
I'll give him that message.
Hans better not walk. When Hans walk up in this studio, I'm gonna be like, man, you gotta pay in advance on everything.
On everything.
You ain't got no credit. But let me tell you something, y'all. When one door closes, we opened up 5 more. Right? I think that right now, as I sit here and we put this week we completed 1 month as What's in It for the Black People Radio. Todd, you ain't made a month yet, because you know. Actually,
That would be Wednesday?
Wednesday, right? Right. So you'll make it on Wednesday, and then that would be your 1 month. But I'm going to tell you, a lot of people said what wasn't going to happen, what couldn't happen. You know, there was a Jay-Z has a line that says, "So you said you made J? Make another J." Right? Well, we made us another J. We made us another J, another T, another S, another R. We got our own joint. And now the family is growing. And I want y'all to, the reason I want you to watch the No Limit Chronicles is because P said it yesterday. He was like, it ain't where you start, it's where you finish.
Yeah.
Right? Multi-millionaire. We started out trying to get the phones to work. Right? We started with just trying to get a desk. Right. To be able to not be in a position ever again to have hours taken from us. And now it's like, not only are we not taking, we are expanding the platform. I'm going to tell y'all, man, I'm so excited to have, I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? I thought Tucson used to be like, I don't like that Maze dude. Anyway, I'm excited to have him here because we all don't think the same. We don't necessarily always agree, but we all moving towards the same direction. I'm super excited to have the bigs here, right? Black folks love sports, and we got the only credentialed sports show in Chicago. And then we bring in the diversity of opinion with Mike Brown. He's going to have all y'all shooting the world up. Look, y'all, this is protection and protecting our own and starting to think about a solution to protection. Plus, don't forget my girl Dawn Millhouse as well, y'all. Hey, y'all, I'm telling y'all ain't ready. Y'all not ready for what's getting ready to happen. This is the Maze Jackson Show. So for Todd Stroger, for Sonia Escobar, the musical conductor of the Soul Plane, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Yeah, Claire's she just finished her class to get her permit. Yeah.
She gonna get a car before she gonna drive before Hans.
Yeah, it looks that way. Hans he's paid for to take the class. He's just
it's expired now, man.
He's just been goofing around.
Oh,
man. Try to make pancakes? I think so.
Man, how do you make pancakes, Todd?
I get a mix.
So my mom put me up on this pancake mix that is so good. I'm gonna bring you a copy of it. But it's like you just add the water. And they like fluffy and light and good. It was on this side. It's the yeah. Thank y'all. Hey y'all, we got way more stuff coming on, so I'm gonna let y'all know it's gonna be a whole platform here, a whole station. So we're gonna be looking for you all to advertise, to share with your friends, to let people know. I'm gonna encourage you to check out No Limit.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna encourage you to check out the No Limit because I do think that it is the model that I'm kind of patterning after, right? Which is like we have a platform, we have an audience that's portable. We take that portable audience, we introduce new people that have their own following that can provide content. We introduce them through our platform and then work them up, and then everybody becomes part of the joint, and we all promote each other across, and then we sell a network. So yeah, we're building something.
I knew Mr. Percy was smart.
And I just need for y'all to understand, man, it's like you talking from employees. I don't have an employee mentality. Every problem to me presents a financial opportunity. And that's what happened with this one. Now it is, but my model is different, right? Most models are, because here's the thing. Most people sign up and do shows for them and their 10 friends, right? And they want the feel of a studio and they want to feel like they got all the stuff, but they don't necessarily always provide the best content. What I want to do is provide the best content put together the best shows that we can, put the best content out, and then make people come because of the content.
Right.
Not because of, right, like there's a model that allows you to just, like I'm telling you right now, I've had so many people call me and ask could they pay to do a show here. Right? But no, you can't. You have to be able to have your own base and generate an audience and be able to help the network. If you can't help the network, if it's only, I'm not interested in your, right? So what
I get you.
Right? And I think if we can make this a place where people would turn on at 6 and not turn off until 9 o'clock when we go off, we can become the dominant voice. And our audience, like you think about it right now, we're talking to 20,000 people a day measurably on social media. That's a lot of people. Now, add your terrestrial component and the ability to sell it, right? We can put anybody on the radio that we want to, right? Eventually, like you just go broke at the time if they can sell enough in their thing. Now you add these financial components. 759. Who calling from Bolingbrook? That's Bolingbrook. 630-759-4908.
Make sure you hit end show.
Where? Where does it say end show though? Oh, there it is. End show. Okay. Yeah, man. So the goal is now to get the programming full on. People who believe in what's going on, and we can make it happen. William Beavers followed the Maze Jackson page. What? Bill Beavers got a Facebook page?
He does.
We gotta get him on here so he could be the voice of the station. Dumbass niggas. You're like, you capons.